I'm one of a kind, there ain't no one like me. So hard to find, it's the real damn thing. Don't be wasting any time, I got somewhere to be. Always on the grind, yeah, you know me. Hold the crown will be mine, you can call me king. A matter of time when you all love me. Find me at my prime, right where I wanna be. I'm one of a kind, there ain't no one like me.
Put my money where my mouth is, I'ma get it now, kid. Heard around town, this sound is astounding. Feel my heart pounding, bass is surrounding. Think I finally found it, so I'm gonna mount it. Like an ex-girlfriend, I'ma get it back. Make a couple racks as I make a couple tracks. Stay on the attack as I'm writing every rap in a snapback. Black off this coke in this jack. Man, I feel good, dog, I feel good. Woke up a little richer, also with a little wood. If I could teach this shit, man, really wish I could. So listen up closely, I'll give you a push. I raise hell every time my lyrics pop off. I take shots at the haters with a sawed off. Girl, you better keep me up or I'll nod off. One shot, all I got, I will not stop.
I'm one of a kind, there ain't no one like me. So hard to find, it's the real damn thing. Don't be wasting any time, I got somewhere to be. Always on the grind, yeah, you know me. Hold the crown will be mine, you can call me king. A matter of time for you all love me. Find me at my prime, right where I wanna be. I'm one of a kind, there ain't no one like me.
Yeah, it's not enough, man, I want more. I keep on doing business, open every single door. I wanna be the richest, so you see me up on Forbes. I can do this through my music, that's how I even the score. I don't take it slow, man, I want it bad. Every single day, I'll be carving out a path. Like a girl with a tat on her back, all black. I'ma take her right back to my pad where it's at. I don't ever slack off, so you better back off. I'm about to blast off faster than NASA. Everybody stand up, put your fucking hands up. That's the demand, yup. Welcome to the brand, bruh. No, I'm not cautious. I take risks, and no, you can't stop this. I'm too slick. She knows that she wants it, so come quick, baby. Know that I'm on it. I don't quit.
I'm one of a kind, there ain't no one like me. So hard to find, it's the real damn thing. Don't be wasting any time, I got somewhere to be. Always on the grind, yeah, you know me. Hold the crown will be mine, you can call me king. A matter of time for you all love me. Find me at my prime, right where I wanna be. I'm one of a kind, there ain't no one like me. I'm one of a kind, there ain't no one like me. I'm one of a kind, there ain't no one like me. I'm one of a kind, there ain't no one like me. I'm one of a kind, there ain't no one like me. I'm one of a kind, there ain't no one like me.
I keep it going, I'm rolling and flowing, I'm coasting, I got them all trolling me right. I just keep growing and showing them knowing I'm owning this flow, you can catch me outside. Gonna get them all with a little payback. Never gonna fall, I'ma stay on the attack. Put them up against the wall as I finish every track. Never gonna stall, no, I'm never gonna slack. I've been like working and learning and searching for something to push my shit over the edge. I'ma keep burning and turning the profit, you know I can't stop it until I am dead. Gonna be unstoppable and profitable, cause I got a constant flow of knowledge, yo. If you got a problem, bro, take them off the throw. Coming to the top, I go, yeah, proud as slow.
Roll up to the club and the city show me love. She gon' fit me like a glove. Sipping whiskey, feeling buzzed. R.I.P. Rest in peace. R.I.P. Rest in peace. R.I.P. Rest in peace. R.I.P. Rest in peace. Yeah. Roll up to the club and the city show me love. She gon' fit me like a glove. Sipping whiskey, feeling buzzed. R.I.P. Rest in peace. R.I.P. Rest in peace. R.I.P. Rest in peace. I'ma put that ass to sleep. Yeah.
You can't stop this, I promise. Got electronic with a little rock shit. Rap on top of it, you can't even process it. I'ma keep dropping it till it tries stopping it. Oh, I got the beats and I got the rhymes to make your girl cheat. I switch you a dime, get up on your feet. If you wanna climb and take it from me, I got nothing to hide. I get it, cause I want it, always on it, and I'm plotting. Now I got it, got my shot in. You know I'ma be the one climbing to the top of it. I'm dropping this, take a shot, I got the fifth. I'm watching it, crop top got me in. She got it shit, she wanna pop it off again. Drop it low and then she gon' take it off and sin, yeah.
Roll up to the club and the city show me love. She gon' fit me like a glove. Sipping whiskey, feeling buzzed. R.I.P. Rest in peace. R.I.P. Rest in peace. R.I.P. Rest in peace. R.I.P. Rest in peace. Yeah. Roll up to the club and the city show me love. She gon' fit me like a glove. Sipping whiskey, feeling buzzed. R.I.P. Rest in peace. R.I.P. Rest in peace. R.I.P. Rest in peace. I'ma put that ass to sleep. Yeah.
I gotta do it for the fans, yeah. I wanna do it for the fans, bruh. I got really big plans, yeah. I'ma do it cause I can, yeah. I throw cash for a minute, oh. She throw back for a minute, yeah. I flow fast when I get it, oh. She love that when I hit it, yeah. I'ma get high, I'ma get low. I'ma go fly to my own show. I don't say bye, I say hello. Get to know me, yeah, they call me B-Ho. Gonna be the best in the game, rest in the fame. Nest in your brain and I spread like the plague. I don't give, no I take. Live for today, ain't nobody gonna say I didn't make a name.
Roll up to the club and the city show me love. She gon' fit me like a glove. Sipping whiskey, feeling buzzed. R.I.P. Rest in peace. R.I.P. Rest in peace. R.I.P. Rest in peace. R.I.P. Rest in peace. Yeah. Roll up to the club and the city show me love. She gon' fit me like a glove. Sipping whiskey, feeling buzzed. R.I.P. Rest in peace. R.I.P. Rest in peace. R.I.P. Rest in peace. I'ma put that ass to sleep. Yeah.
I'm one of a kind, there ain't no one like me. So hard to find, it's the real damn thing. Don't be wasting any time, I got somewhere to be. Always on the grind, yeah, you know me. Hold the crown will be mine, you can call me king. A matter of time for you all love me. Finally at my prime, right where I wanna be. I'm one of a kind, there ain't no one like me. Put my money where my mouth is, I'ma get it now, kid. Heard around town, this sound is astounding. Feel my heart pounding, bass is surrounding. Think I finally found it, so I'm gonna mount it. Like an ex-girlfriend, I'ma get it back. Make a couple racks as I make a couple tracks. Stay on the attack as I'm writing every rap. In a snapback, black off his coke and his jack. Man, I feel good, dog, I feel good. Woke up a little richer, also with a little wood. If I could teach this shit, man, really wish I could. So listen up closely, I'll give you a push. I raise hell every time my lyrics pop off. I take shots at the haters with a sawed off. Girl, you better keep me up or I'll nod off. One shot, all I got, I will not stop. I'm one of a kind, there ain't no one like me. So hard to find, it's the real damn thing. Don't be wasting any time, I got somewhere to be. Always on the grind, yeah, you know me. Hold the crown will be mine, you can call me king. A matter of time for you all love me. Finally at my prime, right where I wanna be. I'm one of a kind, there ain't no one like me. Yeah, it's not enough, man, I want more. I keep on doing business, open every single door. I wanna be the richest, so you see me up on Forbes. I can do this through my music, that's how I even the score. I don't take it slow, man, I want it bad. Every single day, I'll be carving out a path. Like a girl with a tat on her back, all black. I'ma take her right back to my pad where it's at. I don't ever slack off, so you better back off. I'm about to blast off faster than NASA. Everybody stand up, put your fucking hands up. That's the demand, yo. Welcome to the brand, bro. No, I'm not cautious. I take risks, and no, you can't stop this. I'm too slick. She knows that she wants it, so come quick, baby. Know that I'm on it. I don't quit. I'm one of a kind, there ain't no one like me. So hard to find, it's the real damn thing. Don't be wasting any time, I got somewhere to be. Always on the grind, yeah, you know me. Hold the crown will be mine, you can call me king. A matter of time for you all love me. Finally at my prime, right where I wanna be. I'm one of a kind, there ain't no one like me. I'm one of a kind, there ain't no one like me. I'm one of a kind, there ain't no one like me. I'm one of a kind, there ain't no one like me. I'm one of a kind, there ain't no one like me. I'm one of a kind, there ain't no one like me.
Can you hear the drums, Fernando? I remember long ago another starry night like this. In the firelight, Fernando, you were humming to yourself and softly strumming your guitar. And I could hear distant drums and bungle chords from afar. They were closer now, Fernando. Every hour, every minute seemed to last eternity with no content. I was so afraid, Fernando. We were young when they told us it would only be 10 more years. And I'm not ashamed to say we're sorry again on Twitter, 343. There was something in the air that night. The stars were bright, Fernando. They were shining there for you and me, for liberty, Fernando. Know that we could never lose, you got Chief here. If I had to do the same again for 10 more years, Fernando. If I had to do the same again with no content, Fernando. Now we're old and gray, bootleg Joe. Since many years I haven't even known your name. Can you hear the drum, bootleg Joe? Do you recall that time when we finished the game and you told me your name? How proud we were to fight on this Halo ring. There was something in the air that night on the Pelican, Fernando. They were shining there for you and me when Bootleg Cortana said Fernando. Though that I never knew your name 10 hours in. But if I had to do the same again, I would ask you, Fernando. There was something in the air that night. The stars were bright, Fernando. Do you know her name? This Bootleg Cortana, Fernando.
The bootleg bomb! Oh no!
Oh, man, he manages to escape it.
Phil, what are you doing?
Short of two.
It's a Chief.
Massive effort to
What are you
overcome
doing?
the pin attempt.
I was giving him a bootleg bomb. Oh, oh.
Like he's got 11 arms and feet.
No, I want to tag my friends. Oh my God, I hit him with the head.
Partner tags in.
Get him, bootleg Chief. Paramount Plus Chief.
Flipping senton.
Wow, who would have thought Times Square Spider-Man would have been the weakest link? Oh my God, Paramount Plus Chief got him. Hit him with the helmet. He's like, get ready, my finishing move, I'm gonna strip down to my skivvies.
Set right into the corner. Superman punch in the corner.
Wow, Paramount Plus Chief. Master Cheeks. Get up, Spider-Man. This is the battle of the bootlegs. Oh my God.
Yes, tag.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Short light, but a rough landing.
Kratos just got, uh-oh, Paramount Plus Chief. Oh.
What a slam.
Second seat.
Shifts it back onto it. Sent crashing to the floor. Heading up, he's thinking back. Soaring through the air.
Oh my God.
Showing absolutely no apprehension to putting one's body on the line.
He's getting ready for the finisher. Master Cheeks.
And it's reversed.
Oh, it's reversed.
Series of reverses. Back straight into the post on the outside. Launching. Whoa, look out. And after that,
It's the stunt double, Chief.
Up a notch. Pedal to the metal right now.
And Chief got something to say to Hulk.
Flipping the script out
Oh,
of there.
Hulk's hit. Look at that, Jim Ryan hit him.
Counters.
Oh, Jim Ryan's hitting Chief. Oh my God, he has something to say.
Across the top
Look
rope.
at Chief.
Fleming
Oh my God, Chief has something with Herman Holtz.
Ooh, stiff punch. Playmaker.
Of all the ass jokes, it's ready. The booty bomb.
Got it.
Booty!
Playmaker. Will he be able to capitalize? Now's the time to find that second win. Find that rush of adrenaline to push you forward.
Get in, Jim Ryan. You tell me off quality.
Whoa, drop kick all the way to the outside.
And here goes Booty. Oh no, Herman Holtz gave him the quality push.
He's absorbing some tough hits now. These two teams have gone to war, Cole. Of course they're going to wind up with a few battle scars.
Do something.
Fresh man in.
He take bootleg Joel.
Moved at the right time.
Uh-oh.
Boom, right Big splash for the win.
Oh my God, somebody get in here.
This is getting intense.
Oh my God, Kratos is just, oh no, what is Kratos doing? Oh my goodness. Boy.
Slam.
Bootleg Joel, get to the ropes. Oh, what a match.
Uh-oh, headbutt. Nothing fancy there. Oh, and a spear.
Oh my God.
Ending move.
Somebody get it in there.
You gotta be kidding me.
Bootleg
What just
tag
happened?
Phil.
No, but I think it just blew the
Phil
roof
got
off
the
arena.
power.
And you can sense the
You got the
desperation mounting as that last move.
Dude, where's Booty?
Things.
Where did Booty go?
From the middle rope. Oh, what a splash.
This is wild. Where did Booty go? Matt Booty, what are you doing? Matt Booty, where are you going? Was he fighting somebody?
Oh, it's second on two. Games are coming fast. 12 minutes and 80s. And they're all on Game Pass. Somerville, won't play what we own. What to play first and what to play last. Match to ground, true and true. Cause they're all on Game Pass. Among Us, the Ascent, and more.
What's up, grinders? It's Monday night. How's everybody doing? The Grindhouse is open. I'm paging Mr. Frogs. Paging Frogs. Where are you, Frogs? Fireworks. Where's the Frogs? Yo. Frogs might be coming in. I don't know. I haven't heard from him. I'm trying to. I think he's oh damn. Hold on. All right. Oh. There we go. Okay, mic is working. Oy. I got bronchitis. Yep, it is Monday night, man. It is wild. Twitter has been ablaze. Grindhouse has been making house calls. We got things to talk about tonight. Frogs might jump in. Link probably jump on in. But how's everybody doing out there? Wild times, right? Technical difficulties. Oh. Man, you guys got my soundboard on tap right there. You got my soundboard on. You guys got all the sounds right here. I'm gonna have to change them up.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Cold pop.
Well, I'll you know what? I'll post my exclusive interview with a 343 employee.
Cold pop. And then I thought somebody was barbecuing. I said, oh Lord Jesus, it's a fire. Then I ran out. I didn't grab no shoes or nothing, Jesus. I ran for my life. And then the smoke got her. I got bronchitis. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that.
There you go. Exclusive interview. 343. They are just leaving there. They cannot wait to get out of that place. That is a disaster. So yes. So we will begin this evening's show. Sorry, I let the thing run a little bit more, man. I was just enjoying the battle of the executive Royal Rumble 4 versus 4. Bootleg Joel Booty, Phil Ness, Spencer, Herman Holtz with the VR, Jim.
You
Ryan.
just made the list.
Hey, Tex-Mex Moy, thank you so much. Yup. Man, you don't even get me. You can't even get me talking. You guys want Miranda the Game Pass? Jesus. Here it comes. Thank you, Tex-Mex Morty, being a member for 10 months. That's freaking awesome, man. Thank you so much. You got it. It's time.
Oh, and second us too. Games are coming fast. 12 minutes and 80.
Best service ever.
And they're all on Game Pass. Some of them are like a requiem. What to play first and what to play last. I'm at two ground, true and true. Cause they're all on Game Pass.
Oh, yeah. Yes, the best. Hooray. It's the best. To some people, I think that's their must be their alarm clock. Because I don't get it. I might as well. I'm drinking my thing. Damn you. Want to see the Ascent in the morning. Oh, damn. Jay Summers, member VIP wants that booty song. All right, man. You guys, does it have the same effect when I just play it by does it have the same effect? But it has to go with the video, though. We got to get it to go with the video. Yeah, because it really is not. Whatever. Here we go.
Let me see you jump to get a booty.
Oh yeah.
Let me see you jump to get a booty.
It's gonna be lit. Quality of booty. We demand it, yes. Get that coffee. Man, Booty be rocking. Booty be clapping in those streets. Haven't heard from him since June, right? And then before that, where the hell knows where Mr. Booty was.
Shit.
Games to our platform, because in the end I think the gamers play the games.
Of course they do.
They turned 10 and how we started Forza, and they've turned into a great racing studio that does an amazing job. And I know it takes a little bit longer, and maybe people like the quick, hey, why don't you just go buy this studio and bring them in? And we're completely open to that. Microsoft has the money. I have the green light, so to speak.
He has the green light
to go and acquire studios. Again, I just think it's the goal for us is to bring the best games to the platform. And if a studio wants to maintain its independence but work with a first party, I think that's fine. And the game, I think it's great, actually. And I think our ability to partner with those people and bring the best games to our platform is as strong as it would be if they were owned by us.
Right. Well, I hope you're ready to back.
Oy. Oy, 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 oy. I tell you. My goodness.
You're my number one customer.
Oh, there it is. So let's get into the grinds board here. So yeah, first things first. Sony's removing the PS5 accolades. So you saw this news that popped up. Damn, you feel the green light, dude. It can be 2020. Dude, that is in 2008. Dude, 2009 or whatever when the Xbox released. We're talking about Titanfall. It was right when the Xbox One released. He could put studios anything, but like you said,
games
what?
To our platform, because games to our platform, because in the end I think the gamers play the games.
Of course they do.
They don't play the studios. They don't play the resolution numbers, right? They play the games, and we want to make sure
that is so powerful, Mr. Phil Spencer. So going back to Sony stuff. So Sony removes the PS5 accolades. Okay. I saw some people going, who? Yeah, who? So this accolade system, first let me describe what it was. It was sort of this voting system that was embedded in some games, not many. And you would just say whether the person was helpful, welcoming, or good sport in the 3 categories. You could only vote for one person per match. Some games had it. I think, what was the other game? Splitgate had it. Some games had it. Like, they had it, this thing. Well, apparently, nobody used it, and Sony's nixing it. So they're discontinuing this PS5 feature of the accolade system. You know, one of the things that I thought was a thing about this was that I don't even think it was really apparent how to see your accolades. I think you had to go into your profile and then go into info there, and it was like hidden in there. But it held no weight. I don't know if it was supposed to be for matchmaking. I recall when Xbox had something like this where it was sort of like if people were marked as cheaters or glitches and things like that, like they would get like matchmaking in a different group. But and it'll help with matchmaking. I don't know what this kind of system is. I don't know as to weed out the bad seeds, but regardless, nobody really used it. It wasn't implemented in many games, and I don't think anybody really knew what it was. And yeah, so I would say if nobody was using it, get rid of it. You know, if nobody was really using it, and I think the real issue is that game developers really weren't implementing it, and only a few did, and it really wasn't clear. Call of Duty had it, but you know, they just said that it's becoming abandoned from a Japanese PlayStation support site. While the exact date has not been shared, again, we are in this cycle. Oh, I don't even want to get it. It's been dry. News has been dry. It was all the rage when God of War didn't have a release date, and it's been dry. And I have to say, the June showcase of whatever hell Jeff Keighley did and Xbox did sucked. It sucked. It wasn't enough to pacify these next couple of months of just kind of like not much going on. Like Stray came out. I finished Stray. It was a pretty good game. But the news has been really dry. So this is coming from a Japanese... I wasn't sharing my screen here. So coming from... Japanese accolade system. According to Sony, gamers were not utilizing the feature nearly as much as the company expected, pushing the company to stop supporting accolades. There could be a few reasons why PlayStation is not making use of accolades. Again, they haven't released the date. This hasn't been official from them. This has just been from a Japanese PlayStation support site. Yeah, it's been dry, Jeffrey Gaming. It has been. Currently, it's unclear if accolades are getting replaced, though the feature does not take up a good amount of space on PSN profiles. Perhaps the spot can be filled by digital collectibles. That might be more of more of a visualization. Remember, we were talking about that, about the digital rewards that they're going to start implementing in that rewards program. So maybe they're going to use that as more of a showcase rather than its accolade stuff, because it really was very, very, very simplistic, and really just not very visually pleasing to see even what the hell it meant. Helpful, welcoming, or good sport. What does that mean? They're all nice things, right? So I think it's going to probably go with the PlayStation Stars reward program. I think they're going towards that, and that's going to be more of a visualized trophy with collectibles and stuff like that. We'll see where it goes. I still think it's going for the metaverse, as Grindstamps said, but I think that this possibly could be something what they're going to get rid of this to do that. But again, we don't know. This hasn't been official. So we will see. It's been rumor, speculation, and people talking out their ass. That's what it's been. So we will see where it goes. Thank you, Japanese support website. And that is Dust. So as I said, I finished Stray. It was about, I finished it about 6 hours. It was kind of short. It was good. I thought it could have had a little bit better ending. I think it was a little melancholy. They tried to do some stuff at the end. I thought it was interesting, but it wasn't as powerful as I thought the ending might have been.
like in a Last Guardian or something along those lines, like a twist or something like that. Like, I thought, it opens up the thing, goes up to whatever. I don't want to spoil anything, but like, there's a twist or something. It would have been interesting to see if there's a twist. A cat with a twist. What's up, Persona? How you doing, man? Yo, if you want to jump on in, come on in. I don't know if you have the Discord link. I'll send it to you if you want to come on in, Persona. But shout out to Persona. Yeah, but like I thought it was a pretty good game. Like I thought they did a really good job with just telling the story through the characters, and the world that they built was pretty damn impressive in Stray. I thought that they did a really good job with the world, and the lighting was kick ass. Like the lighting was really freaking cool as hell. Like I thought they did a really great job with that. Maybe they're setting up for a sequel. They could be. They could be setting up for a sequel or something along those lines. I don't know. It kind of he achieved what he needed to do, but it definitely was a very interesting concept. And like reading, this is how the story was told. And basically, with with these robots, you're going through them and things like that. They're telling you the story and going on through there. And basically, you find out about what this world is, and this cat just kind of got stuck in this world. This was a 6-year endeavor, really. It took them that long. I tell you, the game's polished as hell, and Mutt's the sequel, Big Buds. But like the game is polished as hell, and the lighting was really incredible. Like it really built the atmosphere. Because again, when you don't have a lot of narration, you don't have a lot of talking, you don't have a lot of character cutscenes and things like that. You're basically telling the story through the environment, through the NPCs, through just the interactions that you have. And there's a time and a place I like for these games. Like I think these games are really cool that they make these. Like I say, like I had elements of The Last Guardian in it where like, you're really just, the character is telling through the character, and you just cat, you don't start talking, you don't get weapons, you get a little like a light here and there that you really don't use that much. And, but I gotta say the physics, I'm a physics nut, as you know. And knocking over everything on all the tables. That was me. I'm knocking them all over, everything. Cups, man, I was knocking everything over. It was awesome. I was messing with the physics a lot. But I think it was a pretty good game. Like I thought it told a pretty interesting story. A little bit of what is it? The what the hell movie was it? The Wally, like a little bit of that, a little bit of story, and this kind of dystopia, this world that of robots that people just left, and there was a bomb, and there's like a bomb shelter. Like it was really interesting, real interesting. That's a trophy if you just sleep for like an hour. I heard. I didn't get no platinum because I don't really chase after platinums and stuff. I just get the trophies, meowing like crazy. But yeah, really good game. I recommend it. Maybe definitely it's not a super long game, but it's definitely a good appetizer. Snackable. A good snackable game there. And yeah. I hate cats. Yeah, I'm not a fan of cats either, dude. Like I'm not a fan of cats. Like I don't really care about cats. Like if it was a dog game, I think it would have been I would have liked it more, but yeah. I'm not a huge fan of cats. I think they're shady. Grinds my cats. Oh damn. But no, that's the one thing I wasn't boycott gaming. It was not broken. It was not a broken game. It was a very polished game. And again, it was in the service, which is very nice. But no one else I didn't see so much with Stray. Just speaking about Stray. Even though this was one of like kind of not the first games, because Sony has been releasing games in their services. But what I noticed was that not a lot of people were like thanking Jim Ryan and Herman Hulst for experiencing this game. I didn't see a lot of tweets of like, you saved me from playing, like from buying this game. Thank you, Jim Ryan. Thank you for PS Plus. I didn't see a lot of that. And I didn't see a lot of people going, I'm playing Stray via PS Plus. What a great... No. I didn't see the cap for the service. I just saw people enjoying the game or playing the game. It's very interesting because I could guarantee you if this was on the Phil Ness team, it would have been thank you so much, Phil Spencer. My cat loves it. And pictures of cats with thanking Phil Spencer. And that's the cap for Game Pass. I think we got it. Yeah, I think so.
Oh, and Psychonauts 2. New games are coming fast. 12 minutes and Hades. And they're all on Game Pass. Some of them are playing like we own. What to play first and what to play last. I'm at 2 ground, true and true. 'Cause they're all
Oh yeah, not this one though.
You're my #1 customer.
Hey, thank you, True Witty with the 2. He goes, have you tried Multiverse? Damn, I keep hitting my microphone. Hold on, what the hell? Have I tried the Multiverse? Sorry about that. Yes, I have. I downloaded Multiverse. I played it. I've been rocking with Wonder Woman. My impressions of Multiverse so far is that it was funny because I was playing. Frogs was playing with me. Him and his son and myself were playing the Multiverse and doing that. I think we were just all trying to. I was doing Wonder Woman. We think Superman's overpowered with his friggin' grabbing people and flying them and then throwing them and stuff like that. But I have to say, like, I think it's a pretty. I had to change the UI because the UI with the big ass numbers had to be changed. But I really think that it has potential with the IP. I just my problem with those kind of games is that I like the interactive levels. I like interactivity with the levels. I like the weapons being dropped, like, hey, and that's what Smash Brothers does. They have these interactive levels. The levels are almost characters in themselves. And I feel like with the Multiverse game, versus game, it's more like Brawlhalla. The level is very stagnant. There may be a couple of levers and things here and there, but I don't think that the levels are very interactive. I think they would have been better kind of going with a Power Stone model where you're having that isometric camera and a level that's just taking you. Imagine fighting on the back of a Batwing, and then all of a sudden the Batwing drops you off and you're in like the Bat Cave and you jump on and you're fighting inside of a moving, just like all across the friggin' Gotham and stuff like that. Like, it would have been really cool if they would have had that kind of like, incredible areas to fight in. And I feel like they went with very stagnant areas. The moves are they're not as very exciting. Like, I think it has good combat there, and I like the idea of having co-op with the Multiverse thing, like with having the co-op where the lasso could actually like save your friend from falling, your teammate from falling, and also pull people in. I do like that aspect of it, but I just don't. Yeah, it's free to play game. Yeah, that's right. But like, and again, the thing with the characters, like, they got all those great IPs, but again, you got to buy tokens or earn them in order to unlock the characters. Like, I would have liked a full complete game. Also, I would say warning, just warning with the game. Not saying it's bad, but warning. This game was heavy, yellow chair heavy. Yellow chairs, Multiverses, take it out. That game was very heavily pushed with influences. You had to watch somebody in order to get access to the beta, watch them on Twitch for like 2 hours in order to get access. So be mindful of people's hype for Multiverses. It is very pushed much by influences. Yellow Chair Crew out in full force with Multiverses. Not saying it's a bad game, but be careful of who you're listening to because it may be compromised. Yellow Chair Crew in the house. So watch it. But I do think, though, I was looking at some of the list and stuff, but this is what I was telling Frog's son. I was talking to him. I was like, I'm just. Here goes the push right here. This grinds my gears here. And maybe because I'm an old man grinder. But I'm going to tell you this. Hit that goddamn like button because there's going to be some just tangent rants. What I don't care for is when you give a free-to-play game, right? I know it's free-to-play. And you have the characters locked behind earnables, right? You got to earn them and stuff like that. Fine. Okay. But you have a roster set there that's inaccessible right now. You have to buy them, right? But then, we're bringing Rick and Morty coming. Oh, and then I heard that they're gonna have more combat characters. They're gonna have Daenerys in there. They're gonna have all what was that? We're gonna. Oh, and I'm just so tired, and this is me, of just games launching, and then I hear about what they're gonna do. That hit me with the gears. That I don't. That does not excite me. That does not get me excited. You release a game, it's in beta, whatever it is, and then you're going to tell me what you're going to do to it. Oh, well, we're going to add this, we're going to do this, we're going to do this, we're going to do this. What does my 343 employee say for that?
Ain't nobody got time for that.
That, I just can't. I just can't do it. I cannot sit here and legit be excited about what's gonna come. What's gonna be there. When? Oh, I don't know when, but it's gonna be there. And maybe I've been, maybe I just been basically, just giving the short end of the stick, buying DLC seasons, and really the DLC never has a release date and comes out and it's half-ass. Or hearing about these service games and hear about what they're going to do. Look what I can do. Look what I can do. Exactly. And I don't like it. I don't like it. I cannot get excited about that. And hearing about, oh, we got this, we're going to add this. I don't care about your, like, where is it? If you're going to say you're going to do it, then you better say, guess what? Next month, the next month, the next month, here's our release season schedule. Don't give me this, oh, we got a list. Don't worry about it. We got a list. They're coming. No, man. Come on, no. I can't get behind it. That does not get excited there. And especially know that they're going to come out. They're probably going to be 3,000 coins. You're probably going to want to pay for them when it comes out. So you're going to have to grind for the gear, for the coins. What's up, Harry? How you doing? You're going to have to do for the coins. And then you get to buy it. And you get pretty early coins. You get some bonuses and stuff. But, like, again, the gameplay, I feel like they should have made the stadium, they should have made the levels more interactive. I think the levels are dull. Now, it's not as bad as the Nickelodeon game, but it's no Smash Brothers. Smash Brothers, and then I thought, I don't know why people don't just do a Power Stone. Dude, I don't know why they don't want to just do a Power Stone. You know? I don't know. I think that's definitely a genre that people want to play, like have these crazy interactive level battles. But that's not a Power Stone. Oh, I see Andre came in. He came here to talk about Scorn. Wheeling on some alien penis. Yes, Scorn. Game of the year of October. Everybody wants that Scorn, man. Well, I got some news. I got some news for you.
Who is your daddy?
I got some news for you. Here we go. Let's hear about Scorn, the big Xbox release for October. Aliens oozing machismo. Let's hear about it. Let's hear about Scorn. Because I don't hear about it from anybody on the Xbox side. It's all on Game Pass. Scorn will take 6 to 8 hours to complete, no photo mode included. Now you say haters. It's an independent production and a passion project. Started with 4 people and this very small budget. It's what you consider a double A.
He got 2! He got 2!
We got 2 A's. We got 2 A's here. But you think this is a troll. This is some kind of troll, right? Some fanboy trash, basically some pony in the barn going, 6 to 8 hours, quality sucks, booty sucks, right? You think this is probably the fanboys, right? The toxicity. Saying 6 to 8 hours, passion project. This gotta be some toxic pony.
I hope this is not true.
It gotta be.
I hope this is not true.
There's got to be some haters out there that just hate on Scorn because they don't like Xbox. What have they done to you, right? Oh, these haters making fun of a game before it releases. How dare they? What an attack on Scorn. It has the best alien dicks around. What an attack. Why are you attacking this game? Perfect for Game Pass. Leave it alone. Why? How dare you attack it? Toxicity, Phil, get them. How dare they attack Xbox? What has Xbox done to you? What has this game done to you? Why are you making fun of it? Gotta be those toxic fanboys. It's the goddamn developer. It's the developer.
Hold on. Okay.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Oh, no.
Holy Spirit,
no. Oh, no.
activate. Holy Spirit, activate. Activate. Activate.
Ebb Software, the developer, clarified Scorn isn't a AAA project. It is an independent production and a passion project.
Oh, and Psychonauts 2.
Oh, shit!
Games are
Oh, shit!
12 minutes and 80s. And they're all on Game Pass. Somerville, a Playtale Requiem. What to play first and what to play last. Skylash 2, Ground, Truman Doom. Cause they're all on Game Pass. Among Us, The Ascent, and more.
But the trolling can't get any worse than this, right? No, it gets worse. Ebb Software, in detailing in the OST and art book, confirms a full playthrough will take, depending on how long the puzzles take. The developer estimates 6 hours to finish the game.
Shit.
Sir, do we get to win this time?
I'm trying to use that.
One of the things I really love about being here is the families that are here.
Means when I think about Xbox, I'm going to think about quality. Means when I think about Xbox, I'm going to think about quality games. We have work to do there. We haven't done our best work over the last few years.
That
our first party
was
output.
Yeah, that's all.
Oh yeah. Yeah, oh yeah. It's Fumis. You got me again. That booty quality be clapping in my streets outside my office window. I see that booty coming left and booty going right. And he's bringing cream and sugars, not interfering with Xbox quality. Fumis. You think I was gonna give you some holiday game? You were gonna get some holiday game? Scorn was announced in 2020. Alien dicks galore. It's all for you in Game Pass, all of it. Swinging them left and right, knocking shit over. Puzzles galore. Plug it in the hole. Phil Spencer, glory. Oh, yeah. It's all about quantity and passion. It's about passion project. That's all it is. It's passion. Oh, baby. Oh, yeah.
Goddamn Phil. My goodness. That's a nice guy, isn't he? But man, when he hears that word passion project, something just jiggles in his boots. No crunch. One Splenda. One cream. A little bit of room for foam. Thanks, Booty. And they'll say, but it's not first party. It's a passion project. All I know is it's one word.
Let me see you jump to get a booty. Let me see you jump to get a booty.
Please.
Let me see you jump to get a booty.
The reason why nobody's talking about it.
Let me see you jump to get a booty. Let me see you jump to get a booty. Let me see you jump to get a booty. Now drop.
There's a digital art book, 192 pages for a 6-hour game. Buy the art book because there's no photo mode. Come on, man. Oh, it's a next-gen exclusive. Wow, let's watch the amazingness of Scorn. Anybody talking about it? I didn't see anybody. Did you? I didn't see anybody talking about Scorn. Game Pass, I don't know what's going on, man. All I know is everybody's up in arms about PlayStation. That's all I hear. Xbox guys, all they care about is what's going on with PlayStation. Nobody's talking about Xbox games anymore. They used to talk about Xbox games and hype up this shit. Now I think they learned their lesson. What is this thing doing? Is this a video or a picture? What the hell's going on here? 8 minutes of what? What happened? What is this? Is something happening? This is 8 minutes. It's running. Even the artwork's boring as fuck. The hell's this? What is this? Is he going to jump out of something? What is this? We're 3 minutes in. Did anything happen? What the fuck's going on? I'm fast forwarding. The guy move. Grind, make the stream a little bit bigger. Zoom in on it. Tell me if something's moving. Let me know in the chat when you've done this. All right? The trailer's not working. Even the trailer's a fucking passion project. It's 4 minutes in. Andre, tell me what's going on here. You got the Phil Spencer juice. Tell me. Am I missing something here? It's a video. I thought this was a trailer. The trailer's boring as hell. Tell me when you got this wide. Tell me if you're missing anything. I'm trying to see if something's going to change. I'm zooming in. Hello? The music? Is this a screensaver or something? What is this? I'm fast forwarding it. I'm not wasting the grind this time. Did you let me know? Did you? This is no photo mode, but they got a goddamn 8-minute trail of a photo. What are we doing here? Andre, I need answers. That's it. Andre, you cannot answer this question of what's going on with Scorn. You're in Phil Spencer's pants. I got to ask him. Get him back in here. Get back in here now. Get back in here.
Oh, yeah. Well, let me explain what you're seeing here. You're looking at an alien man grabbing a ball sack of Phil Ness. We figured everybody wants photo mode, so we're just going to put an 8-minute video of a photo. I don't know. They don't ask me what to do. Satya still thinks it's a Nintendo. I don't know what's going on. But I am the head of Xbox and everybody loves me, so all I care about is that you love Phil Spencer. I don't care. Watch the screen, watch paint dry. I don't care. All I want is your $15 a month for that Game Pass service. Click on my 8-minute video and watch it. I don't know what's going on. I'm out of here.
Even Phil Spencer's heading for the hills. We're 7 minutes in. What happened to this video? All right, this is what we're doing. I think something's going to happen at the end. Something's going to happen at the end of this video. All right? So what I want everybody to do is look real closely to the screen. All right? I want everybody to try to see, and let me know in the chat if there's anything. I will wait until it catches up with the video so you guys can see it. But let me know if you see anything. Look real close. I think something's happening with his eye, like over here. If you look really close. But just let me know in the chat when you're looking at this, because I think something's gonna happen. We got a few more seconds left. You good? Oh, it's fading. Here it goes. Oh my God, what's happening? Oh shit! I knew it! Oh shit! What a twist!
Let me see you jump to get a booty. Let me see you jump to get a booty. Let me see you jump to get a booty. Now jump.
Something had to happen. I don't know. Yeah, right. Subscribe to Game Pass. I knew Booty was hiding somewhere in that picture. I don't know what the hell that is. Andre, enjoy Alien Penis. Tell me how it is. But we out of here. I can't even take Scorn seriously. They just give me an 8-minute freaking photo. I don't know what happened, dude. I don't know. Enjoy it. I'm sure we'll hear all about it. It's a great Halloween game with family. Thanks, Phil. My 7-year-old would have never played Scorn if it wasn't for Game Pass. Thank you. I had to have that talk with him because after he played Scorn, he was asking me all these questions. So thank you, Phil. You made me have the talk with my child about sex because he would never have played Scorn if it wasn't for Game Pass. You saved my family, and now my children know about sex. Thank you. I had to have that talk with them because of Scorn. Thank you. Oh, shit. Thanks, Phil. Oh, damn.
Games are coming fast.
I'm just going to save my family. FTC, get him!
Game Pass. Somerville, like a requiem. What to play first and what to play last. To ground, true and true. 'Cause they're all
Dude, I don't know where frogs have been a wild ass time. Oh, yeah! I don't. And you know what's amazing? This is amazing. It's 6 hours, no photo mode. It's a passion project. It's a AA game. You know, it's a double A game. It's 6 hours. We got a photo book. How many A's? Wait. What do you mean? We got 1A for me, 1A for my friend.
He got two. He got two.
We got 2 A's. Scorn saved my family. Like, this is what I don't understand. You still never showed the goddamn gameplay. Isn't that amazing? You showed gameplay from like 5 years ago. A brief snippet of it. No game. You keep sucking it, man. You keep just eating that shit up, man. You got 2 A's. Me and my friend made the game. He's an A, I'm an A. It's Anthony and Antoine. Hey, Anthony and Antoine with 2 A's. It's a AA game. Hey.
You heard me right. Con men, thieves, degenerates, lowlifes, thugs, criminals.
Oh, goodness gracious. Goodness gracious. Dude. The game comes out October 21st. Show me 15 minutes. I know it's 6 hours. But, like, what is the issue with Xbox that not showing gameplay? Not showing games? Like, I don't know. They talk about it and talk, and you guys on Twitter talk and talk and talk and talk. And when it came to show the games, they showed you balls. That's what they showed you. They showed you balls. They invited people out to FanFest to watch that stupid-ass show.
How many assholes we got on this ship anyhow? Go! I knew it. I'm surrounded by assholes. Keep firing, assholes!
They don't show games. Get us excited about some games. This game comes out October 21st. Is there anything? Nope. Here's our photo book. Oh, okay. Good job. October 31st on the list. Okay. But anyway, we'll find out what Scorn is. It's all on Game Pass, so I'm sure Andre will give us a review when he comes in. When he comes in the Grindhouse. I don't know who let him in. He must have came in through the window. But he'll let us know.
Booty.
Everybody be playing Scorn. Save my family. They'll make families have that talk. Sit them down, going, "Yes, son, that is a alien penis." You see, yes, that is an alien penis. You could use it in to knock things over. There's a purpose for it, but we'll get to that as you get to that part in the game. You could swing it around, put it into things. But I'm just so glad that you were able to play Scorn so I could have this talk with you. And now you are a man to know what to do with the alien penis. Hold on. I need to tweet Phil Spencer and Aaron Greenberg and thank them for giving me the confidence to have this conversation with you, because without Scorn, I would never have been able to communicate what the penis does. And now that you're playing with it in the game, swinging it around, knocking people out with it, shooting at them in their face. I won't tell you what the word is for that one, son. But I'm just glad. But hold on, let me get on my Twitter. I got about like maybe 10 followers here, but I'm definitely going to tweet at Phil and Greenberg and even Matt Booty, because I'm sure his taste in quality really brought this game to a light on this platform. And I just got to thank them. I need some internet clout. Maybe some of the check marks will support me. They like when we celebrate these great games that come to Game Pass. And I just have to take a hold. So, son, just stand right there by the TV. Pretend you're playing with the controller. You don't have to turn it on. Take the orange one. Dad, which one should I take? Well, I know I got 20 of the controllers. They're all different colors, but take the take the green one because they like green. Take the green controller, hold it in your hand, pretend that you're playing Scorn. I'll take a picture of you, and then I'll post it on Twitter. My 10 followers will definitely like it, and then I'll at Greenberg and Phil and tell them how you playing Scorn was able for me to have the conversation with you. And I'll tweet out, my friends. And hopefully one of the check marks will like it and retweet it and go, this is what gaming's about. So happy that he could have that conversation because the alien penises swinging them around and Scorn let me explain how to use yours, son. So there we go. And thank you, Phil Spencer. And you'll see that tweet. You'll say, thank you, Phil. Scorn saved my family. My son was not knowing what's going on. Scorn's alien penis saved it. So thank you again for that highlight. And pause. I'm sure Scorn saved families. Please. That's all you see. But I didn't see Stray saving families. I didn't see all that capping. But whatever. They'll copy. Yeah, they'll take a picture from Reddit and copy and paste. I did half the screen in Power Wash Simulator. It took me 8 days in real life. Let's go and save my life. Honey, put on some Scorn. I'm gonna go take a shower. I'll be back. So, you ready? Phil said these were called strap-ons. Watch, I'll put it on my phone right now. Oh, shit. So, now we get into the news of sales. So, let's go. Oh, by the way, Flash Pass, here we go. PlayStation outsold Xbox all over the place this week. News to anybody? I guess. I don't know. Nobody making articles saying Xbox is back this week. Well, I guess to next week we'll wait for Xbox to be back because, everybody just ignores the weeks that and months that Sony is outselling them, the weeks. But when it is, and then Xbox is returned. But without games nonetheless, because that's what you champion. We need big sales from a system that's not going to have anything to launch with. And just remember, these are the same folks that were hounding PlayStation last holiday when they got Forza and broken-ass Halo Infinite. Okay? When Forza Horizon 5 and broken Halo Infinite came out in beta, it was all not playing those games, but looking to Sony going, you got no holiday games.
Helmet, what's going on? Sabers, what's
Remember?
going on?
Same folks.
It's Mega Meg. She's gone from suck to blow.
So the idiots on Twitter,
they're getting all their air back.
Same idiots.
Do something. Do something.
Do something. Sony, do something. You didn't release any Ratchet or Returnal this year. You have no holiday. Microsoft didn't even have a 2022, a whole goddamn year. But they're coming back, though. Fuck out of here. But anyway, let's go to the sales. Halo Infinite, still trash. Still beta testing, flighting, whatever the hell they call it, for their internet. For their co-op. And, yeah. So, this came out, and now this is the thing. Listen. The PlayStation Plus subscription thing. I think that it's a little misleading here because PlayStation Plus and Now are one service. This is what Sony did. Microsoft is having Game Pass as a separate one. I think if you put Xbox Live in here, it actually is going to be up there. Definitely passing Prime and Luna. I can't believe Luna was that high, but I guess Prime is, I don't know, man. It's kind of weird. I don't know how Prime, see what they took was Luna and they threw it into Prime to get those numbers. Like, I want to know how many people actually with Luna. They freaking harass you to try to sign up for Luna. But Sony was smart. They put their PlayStation Now and their Plus together. But, it's up there. And I think if you add Xbox Live with Game Pass, that's there. But again, Xbox Live is not a subscription gaming service. I guess if you want to call those trash-ass games gaming, I guess. I don't know. But the more interesting aspect of this, though, is the, and here was another one. I was trying to get Zuby on here. to talk about. But yeah, so like just by going by Game Pass numbers, Sony did muddy the waters, Josh. They did. Because they just merged their thing together. Like, I think if Game Pass would throw in Xbox Live, now, Andre, you're liking this, right? If Xbox Live and Game Pass would combine together, I think that number would have been actually higher than PlayStation, probably. Maybe higher than PlayStation, because I think Xbox Live has a lot of subscribers. I think 68 million, 100 million. I don't know what the hell they are. That's something. So, like, I do think that Sony is smart here. But Microsoft is going to have to do something with Xbox Live. I said it on Crossfire, and I'm saying it again, like, I was just, hey, what's up, Salty? I think the fact that Microsoft is trying to compete with itself, and I said that this is an issue they have. The dude that plays Call of Duty and Madden on Xbox Live, how do you get that guy in Game Pass? How do you get that girl in Game Pass that just plays those games every year? They just pay their Xbox Live $5 a month and just want to play online. Now, I don't know. How do you convince that person who just buys the game to now subscribe to the game? I don't know. That's what they got to deal with. They have an internal battle. They got to convert all the people that they sold Xbox Live, and they're trying to by making Xbox Live devalued. Microsoft is trying to devalue Xbox Live by giving you Game Pass, games with gold, games with ass. Just giving you some horrible games, like insulting games. Games that make no goddamn sense. Games that we talked about last week, like just atrocious. Old-ass games, recycled games. This is what they're trying to do. They're trying to devalue this to make you go, damn, this shit sucks. Why am I paying for this? Oh, I could get that game in Game Pass and get the online. Okay, well, maybe I'll do it. They're trying to manipulate the market to forcefully move them in there. Rather than just offering a better value and better quality games in there, they are basically, they're handicapping their other services to get you to buy that. Like, that's what they're doing. Like, what is this? And that's why I said, you look at their base service, August, Tony Hawk, PS5 game, Like a Dragon, and they're taking out the Xbox games. Like, you look at this, and you see what they're doing. They're devaluing this. Sony wants you to stay right here for $60. Microsoft wants your ass out. Exactly, Salty. Them devaluing their service. That's it. They've been doing this. And it's a manipulation of the market. I think it's disrespectful. I think it's not, as a gamer, this is disrespectful. This is like, yo, what are you doing here? And then they're taking away these people in October. They're taking away 360 games. What are they going to do then? I don't know. Are they going to add Series X? They didn't say. What are they going to give you? Two shit games now instead of 4 shit? Sony added value to this. Like I said this again. Like they added, I said this on Crossfire. Sony added two PS5 games and a PS4 game. They were just giving you one PS5 game. So how are you going to convince that dude on Call of Duty and Madden to come sign up for Game Pass? And who knows what 25 million is there? The whole industry is going down, and we're going to talk about it in gaming. The subscription numbers that were overblown over the last 2 years because of COVID and in everybody in the house and all these subscription services, all the stuff that they made on because nobody was going out. All that time now is reducing. Like, people are not subscribing anymore because they're out. They're doing their thing. But when everybody was in the house and there was nothing to do, these game services, these subscription services boomed, man. Everything boomed. But now you go back into the theaters. Now people are not around in the summertime. Now people don't want to subscribe every goddamn month. We're in a recession. Gas prices went out through the roof. People are going to say, well, why am I paying $15 for Phil Spencer to tell me to wait on some games for 2 years? I'm not paying his ass anymore. So, EA Play, I don't know, man. And there are too many. That's the other thing. Good job, Salty. Yeah, there's too many services. I own everything. Dude, you want to sign up for everything. There's a lot. And what's going to matter is the content. What's going to matter is the content. What's going to matter is the content.
Games to our platform, because in the end I think the gamers play the games.
Of course they do.
They don't play the studios.
That
They
is
don't
true.
play the resolution numbers, right? They play the games, and we want to make sure the best games are there.
But if you're
They play the games. And that's why I've always said that the fact that Microsoft has held on to so much content and not released it, and when it releases, it's badass quality. And it's coming, we're gonna add this, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. After you waited and it been delayed, that black hole of time is hurting them because they have nothing to leverage now. They have nothing to leverage in the then because this has been going on for 5 years and they already milked their whole backwards compatibility library that they're recycling it. You got right here what Salty says. Just a little bit longer. Yeah. This is what you get. And what sucks is that when it does come out, it's not the polished premier product that it should be. And Halo's the perfect example of this. You waited so long. Delay. We're giving you the game that you wanted. It comes out. It's not the game nobody wanted. It has some good gameplay, but there's no content. Guess what? Halo 5 wasn't that bad. If you look at Halo Infinite versus Halo 5 is a far, far cry from what Halo Infinite has turned into for complaining. Halo 5, they just wanted to play more Chief. Jesus, they fucking nuded Halo Infinite. You're beta testing the co-op. In what era of Halo have you beta tested the co-op of Halo? Who's this? Who's this? Who came into the grindhouse? Ghost in the Shell, what's up? How you doing?
What up, Jazz? What up? What up?
Man,
I just had to
oh,
jump
man.
in. I
Hey,
heard you. I heard you on the monologue. I had to jump on with
Yes,
you,
man. No problem. Thank you. Yeah, I was about because I'm going to get loud probably in the next segment. But yeah, definitely. But we've been like saying this stuff the whole time, and it's just that you wait for content, and then when it comes out, it's not hitting your expectations, and that's where I find the difference is with the Sony games that get delayed. They come out, they hit still. Like they're not compromised. They're not missing out things because they were delayed. And when you look at Xbox, they have this big lapse of games, and then when their game gets pushed and comes out, it's a far cry from what it needs to be.
Yeah, I've been watching a couple other YouTubers, in their streams. I won't say any names, won't put them on blast, but I'm watching this guy. I'm watching this guy, and like he's struggling to play the games, and like he was playing some dinosaur game,
What in Game
Path
Pass?
of the Titans, and he was playing some top-down motocross game. And my man, like, he's live streaming with a picture of his face, and he's falling asleep. I was like, bro, stop! Like, stop, man. That's a bad look. He's over there nodding now. I'm like, yeah, man. He played the dinosaur game for I watched about 20 minutes, so I could stand. I didn't see near another other fucking dinosaur on the whole damn huge ass map. He's like, where is everybody? Am I playing on multiplayer? What's going on? The load times were coaches. And I'm like, I agree with you. Like, they have. Last week's podcast where you said what Aaron Greenberg or whomever.
You'll feed them anything, which I still never found out if that was real or not. But whatever.
If it's real or not, some factors that's exactly what they're doing.
Though. Yeah, it is. That's what they are.
And these guys are loving it. I can't wait for Scorn. Oh, I can't wait for. I mean, also now they're capping for indies.
Yeah, dude, the Power Wash simulators, I love it. Like, dude, what are you doing? And you know what's crazy is that they don't want this shit. Because as soon as Activision was purchased, like when that thing was gone, they were all hyping Call of Duty. As soon as Bethesda was doing, they wanted Bethesda games to be exclusive. Hello?
What's up? Hello?
Interference. There we go. Sorry. So
he was running interference. Phil was like, no.
Interference. Phil's trying to cut himself in. But like I know they want the big games that Sony has and Nintendo has. They want that stuff. Like that, they want that stuff.
Whatever your name is, get ready for the big surprise.
The thing is that they're not getting it. And when it does come out, it's not even hitting what it needs to be. Scorn was in everybody's list. All of a sudden now it's like, oh yeah, it's coming out in October. I don't hear a lot of people talking about it anymore. And what's amazing is that after the game is shown, the hype dies real quick. At first, I just want to thank I thank Ron M for joining the Grindhouse. Thank you so much for being a member of the Grindhouse. One of the things I just wanted to bring up, like one of the tweets I made earlier today was this thing. And I just feel, and I was talking to some frogs, like I was saying this, that I feel that more people were hyped and tweeted about Starfield before they even showed gameplay. Even after the game was delayed, there still was hype for Starfield. After they showed it at that June showcase, it's been over a month now. I haven't heard people talk about Starfield at all. After they did their analysis of like what they saw and what they thought about it, and you see that they were depressed. You talk about faces while streaming. Go watch people's live reactions to that Xbox showcase and tell me what how they feel, because they were not excited.
There's a lot of long faces. A lot of long faces. Like,
yeah, and did you see, like, I haven't heard anybody talk about Starfield ever since the showcase. It's been God of War and Last of Us. It's been like God of War's delayed too. God of War's delayed. No, it's not delayed. Okay, well then we can't fight that battle. Oh, Last of Us don't look like an upgrade. It's a remake, remaster, like, what about Starfield, dude? What happened?
Jez, what happened to the hype about Deathloop?
Yes.
Again,
they were supposed to get that in a year. Like, what happened? They don't want these games.
Because that shit was trash.
It was trash. I hate Deathloop.
I was hyped for Deathloop when it got delayed, and then like Sony took it off, and you had to pre-order. They get refunded your money. I pre-ordered it again, and the minute I played about 15 minutes of that, and I was like, "This is some hot garbage."
Yeah,
and all the Xbox guys, because it got nominated for the Game of the Year, they're hype. Oh, it's Xbox game. You guys, Sony's loving Xbox, and you ain't heard a peep.
Nope. You haven't heard anything about Deathloop or Ghostwire Tokyo that came out, which I didn't even care for that game too much. Like, I'm saying, like, these games, but you're right. They were hyping it up for the Game Awards, of all the awards, going, that's an Xbox game. What Publisher of the Year because of Deathloop. And nobody said anything about the game. Nobody even asked. That's the other thing. I remember talking about Redfall. Nobody cared about Redfall until it got delayed. I remember being in January and February going, guys, this is supposed to come out in summertime. Where is the footage for Redfall? And like people, I heard on Twitter, like, what are you worried about? It's only January. It's only February. They have time to talk about it. It's coming out in the summertime. And look, when Deathloop gets delayed, that's when people talk about it. Deathloop was never in the same camp as Starfield. But until they got delayed together, all of a sudden now they're in the same quality standard. But my ass. But as you saw Starfield showing, nobody's hyping Starfield. I had somebody on Twitter to my tweet go, what did they wrote? They wrote that somebody wrote, here it is. It's not coming this year, so what's there to talk about? This is bad logic and can be applied to every game. What? You guys are hyping up Perfect Dark and Fable. You don't even have fucking years for those games. What do you mean there's nothing to talk about? Every goddamn list, I see Fable, Perfect Dark. I see, unannounced games being hyped. Like the fucking unannounced game. Oh, they're working on a fourth passion project. I'm adding that to the list. Woohoo! We got a huge lineup next year. A fourth passion project from David somebody. Like, you're hyping up games that don't have fucking names to them. Unannounced title. Oh shit, here it comes. But Starfield, when they show gameplay, there's nothing to talk about.
I think the realization is like, we can all sit there and say like, early on in Bethesda's career with Skyrims and the Morrowinds, those games were revolutionary for their time, right?
Yeah.
But it's the same tried and true formula. It's the same glitchy. I mean, just because Microsoft bought you does not make Bethesda any fucking different.
Nope.
Than they, you know what I'm saying?
They're hands off, man. Yes, first hands off. Or
there's the same Bethesda that makes the same type of games, and it's good, and the popular that they have their issues, and they are bland to a certain extent, and they overhype. And Todd Howard gets up there with his, members only motorcycle jacket, and you know what I'm saying, and lies straight to your damn face, and you keep falling for it. I mean, it is what it is, man.
I know, and that's what I just don't like. And that's probably the thing that just Jesus. I don't know what's going on with my microphone, but I don't understand. The thing that gets me the most is that if you are excited about a game, genuinely excited about a game, you would want to ask, like, you supposedly have that direct line to Phil. He responds to you, like, he's your buddy. He retweets you. He likes you. Why are you not using that leverage to ask him how the game's coming? What's going on with this game? Do we know what's Rad doing? Where's what's turning in Everwild? Where's Everwild? Phil, it was a great show. Where's Everwild? Nobody asks the real questions. If you're so hyped and excited about what Microsoft is bringing, why are you not excited about seeing the games and are okay with just waiting and then still have the confidence that when they decide to show the game, it is going to be everything you imagined? Look at what Halo turned into. And if they done that to Halo, they're going to do that to everything. If Halo got destroyed, manhandled like that and just got destroyed right through the coals, they almost killed it like Crackdown. That game is even the hardcore Halo fanatics are done. They're praying that Forge comes out so they could save the game. They're like, just give us the tools. Get the fuck out of here. That's what they're telling 343. Just give us the tools. We'll make the game that we want. You have not added any new game modes, with no infection, nothing. Where's the rotating game list? It's a service game. How is this acceptable? This was your Player's Choice Awards, you clowns. You voted as Player's Choice. It hasn't released shit. You're beta testing a co-op that has a tether and 4 clones of Master Chief with no drop in and drop out, no new co-op missions, no new vehicles, no new environments, nothing. The same empty-ass world, same stupid-ass characters, bootleg Joel to boot, and 4 fools running around dressed as Master Chief after you're spending money on goddamn microtransactions for friggin' armor sets. I don't understand. How was this acceptable? But if you say that, here come the checkbox. Haters and like what? You just don't want to hear it. They do the Dumb and Dumber thing. They put their fingers in the ears and go la 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 la. That's what they do. Just because you act like a fucking clown doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. And you think, and then on top of that, you want to tweet and say Xbox is coming back.
You're my #1 customer.
Coming back from what? With what? With what? What are they coming back with? You think somebody has a super chat? Here's this question. Do you think the quality of Call of Duty is going to fall off after the deal closes?
100%. And actually, that's the reason why I jumped in.
Thank you, Gerald Sims. You'll say 100%. The thing is, I think this is the swan song. This Call of Duty that's coming out right now is going to be the Halo Reach of Call of Duties. This is going to be the swan song of the last true Call of Duty. After this, shit's hit the fan. It's done. I don't know what Call of Duty is going to be. And actually, what's crazy is that next year's Call of Duty is not even being released.
Yeah.
So
yep, it goes back to the Microsoft or the Xbox model.
It goes it's going to wait for the next Call of Duty, and there's no Call of Duty next year, but there's going to be a Warzone 2. Microtransaction service game galore. That's your next year game. This year is going to be the campaign, your multiplayer. This is going to be the swan song of Call of Duty. I think this is going to be the most played Call of Duty. This is Modern Warfare. This is like the end of it. And I think this is going to be, this is just me thinking, this is going to be what the Halo Reach of what it is. The swan song for Bungie. I think this is going to be the swan song for Infinity Ward before Activision just gets sucked up and doing that. And I just think, the other thing is this Call of Duty deal, talking about the financials, words, I just want to say, Sony did announce that they had 21.5 million PS5 sold so far, which is pretty damn crazy, but we can't compare that to what Xbox is. I think Xbox supposedly is at 13 or 15. Who the hell knows what they're at? They won't even tell you. But speaking about the Call of Duty thing, because it kind of leads into the financial discussion. A lot of people were saying about this whole and thank you for the transition into the segue into the Call of Duty stuff. The Brazilian regulators about Call of Duty and about now when Microsoft owns it, what's going to happen to Call of Duty. And, I know that Microsoft basically, yeah, Andre, you know what? I wouldn't hold my breath, but yes, Halo can be nominated for Game of the Year. Enjoy. That's some wet dreams right there. But Call of Duty, so basically there's been a back and forth about this whole what Call of Duty's doing. Sony is kind of playing the fear fearmonger, going really buttering up Call of Duty's balls, going we nothing could be dedicated, people can't make a Call of Duty like that because they have they dedicated the whole goddamn Activision to make Call of Duty, and Sony's just we can't. Nobody could do that except Activision, who dedicated a whole publisher to make, recycled Call of Duty versions every other year and things like that. This is a big game, and no rival can overtake Call of Duty because in the sheer immensity of what Call of Duty is and what Activision resourcing they put into it, it basically was the house that Activision built. Without Blizzard, Activision would have been done without Call of Duty. They bought Blizzard and they got a whole bunch of shit there, but Call of Duty kept Activision's lights on. But what do you think about this Call of Duty acquisition? You heard what Sony was saying about it, and then I got the Phil Spencer quote, which is Microsoft's side. This is hilarious. Phil goes, not Phil. Microsoft basically goes, there is nothing unique about the video games developed and published by Activision Blizzard. That is a must-have.
See, that's what I'm saying. That was going to allude to my point. First of all, whoever made these comments, whether it be Jim Ryan or
this was
Sony's
Microsoft
lawyer,
made that comment, but you're right. The other comment about
I'm talking about to the Brazilian regulators.
Yeah,
that is Sony. I guess Sony's lawyers doing their job.
Oh, of course, they're trying to upsell it. Microsoft's downselling it. Obviously, yeah.
Exactly. So, that response from Microsoft just shows you that, you can say that Sony's scared and fearful. I read one article, they were like, well, Sony's shook.
Sony's shook.
Shook, yes, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. But here's one thing I want people just to understand, or at least from my perspective. You had better hope that Microsoft does not make Call of Duty exclusive. You had better hope, because that will be the last Call of Duty that you get. Okay, and the reason I say that is because 42.8% of all Call of Duty sales are played on PlayStation. Okay, so you strip away that, and we'll just use a round of felt number because the last reported numbers from Cold War were 5.7 million, 2020. But let's just say on average, we'll use a good even number of 15 million. Okay, for all platforms. It's only 6 million PlayStation players. Xbox has 25% something. So it's another 3.5, 3.6 million. Okay, so what Xbox guys who truly think is that all 6 million of PlayStation players will just go over and flock to Xbox. That's unrealistic. Now let's just say say they did. So then you put it into a Game Pass model, which it's common knowledge you guys don't buy games. So, and it yearly costs roughly about 114 to 120 million to make these Call of Duty games, and they do invest 1,500, almost 3,000 employees to make these games yearly. Where are you going to return your money? And I was actually talking to somebody in another podcast in the what's called. And they're like, Microsoft's already recouped their money. I was like, recouped their money from what? They ain't even purchased them yet.
From Office 365.
You know what I mean? So explain to me how, especially if you make it exclusive, and especially if you put it in Game Pass, where you generate other than microtransactions and the PC people that don't pirate it. Where are you making any of your money?
I don't know. Well, remember when they did the Bethesda thing? They're like, well, we could release this on PC and Xbox, and make back the money of the deal or something like that. I remember they said something like that with Bethesda. The thing is that I think this purchase, the Bethesda one, I don't think was as disruptive as this one. I've said this before when Microsoft announced this in January. I said this is a disruptive purchase. This is taking you already are taking multi-platform games, and you're not just getting a timed exclusive. You're buying the publisher. You're owning the whole goddamn publisher. And now you're in this whole thing of exclusivity. We're going to be multi-platform. What are we going to do? And all you're doing for this thing is just so that you could put the shit in Game Pass. That is the only reason why this is happening. They're not buying, and this is where I don't understand, where people are like, well, they're buying it to make great, they're going to bring back legacy IPs. No, they're not.
No, they're not.
They are buying this to keep these guys like a train just pumping out games, and that those games, the only stipulation is that they're coming to Game Pass. That is it. And the reason why is because these games, these publishers would have never put their games in Game Pass because they wouldn't make their money back. Therefore, they would have to wheel and deal with Microsoft to get the game in there. What we think it's going to sell, what you're going to pay us, and all this other shit. They don't need to do that now. So Microsoft's like, well, we're going to buy you. You guys were struggling anyway. So we're going to take this shit off your hands. We'll give you immunity because you're not going to close down. All you got to do for us is that you got to put your games when you release them in Game Pass. And you don't have to worry about making money back because you got Big Daddy over here taking care of you, keeping your lights on. And that is the whole reason why this is happening. They are not strategically buying these companies to bring back Crash Bandicoot, to bring back legacy IPs. And they're not doing that because that is niche shit that they're not going to waste their time on. They can't even get their own shit out before they could try to get this stuff out. All right? They can't even get their own IPs. They've been sitting on Conker for decades. They haven't done shit with it. They didn't even know where they put them in goddamn HoloLens. Now, this purchase here, this Call of Duty stuff, they're owning Call of Duty. It is a disruptive thing to the industry because Call of Duty is one of the biggest franchises that people play. And Microsoft would be silly to pull this off of products. Plus, also, people who sit here and go, more people to play the games, like my tweet that I did yesterday. Oh, everybody should play the games. They're the first ones to come out here and go, it should be Xbox exclusive. They're the same clowns that are saying that these games should be exclusive, but then giving these altruistic, kumbaya, give me the marshmallows, hold the chocolate, goddamn statements. You either want the games everywhere for everybody to play, or you want them exclusive. You can't say, well, they're going to be exclusive and maybe they'll come to your platform through streaming. Fuck you. Why? That makes no sense. Because guess what? This game is a multi-platform game. See, this is what you people don't understand. They're not taking studios and building games. They're not doing like what Deviation Games is. They're not doing what Haven Studios is. They're not buying studios that are going to make exclusive games for their platform. They are buying publishers of multi-platform games and now trying to claim exclusivity. And let me tell you what Sony's quote here is. No other developer can devote the same level of resources and expertise to game development. Even if they could, Call of Duty is heavily entrenched, and that so that no rival, no matter how relevant, can overtake it. Call of Duty has been the top-selling game for nearly every year for the past decade, and for its genre, it's overwhelming and best-selling game. It's synonymous with first-person shooters and essentially defines that category. No lies there. And if that is a Sony representative saying that stuff, yeah, this is disruptive. This is a big franchise that Microsoft now owns. And I'm going to tell you right now, do not state Phil Spencer's going to keep the multi-plat. Don't. Sony knows that Phil Spencer could take his game ball and run anytime he wants. Game Pass numbers are down. You know what? This year, we're going to make Call of Duty only on Game Pass. Sony knows that Phil Spencer's bringing the game ball with Call of Duty, but as soon as he starts losing, he's taking that shit right back to his house. He's bringing the game ball back. That's why I said Sony is screwed without Call of Duty. They're going to be screwed. Like, they got to do something or come up with something, or Call of Duty just shits itself. That's probably what's going to happen. Call of Duty just quality is just going to go down the fucking tubes. That's what I think is going to happen. I think Call of Duty is just going to self-implode. I think this is going to be the last one, and I think they're going to make money off the residuals, but I don't think any future Call of Duties are going to hit like they used to hit anymore. I think it's going to be diluted, and I think that I just think that's going to self-implode. But Sony is definitely in trouble with this. Definitely. I think Sony knows that Microsoft could just be like, "Doop, yeah. Oh, what? Game Pass is down with 7%. What? You know what? Exclusive. Or only the Battle Pass is only available on Xbox." Like, they'll pull some bullshit because they got the game ball. They own it. And that's some fucking leverage that Sony does not have.
Yeah, in that aspect, I definitely agree with you. Like, is this worrisome? Is this troublesome? Yes. But I think this narrative, like, this is just one more narrative that, Sony's trembling. Does this affect, is this, like you said, disruptive? Yes.
Yeah.
Just because of that genre and of how many people actually play that and the numbers that it puts up yearly. It's not like a game that comes out, every 3-4 years, right?
No.
But if anybody was to fuck up this, Blizzard, Activision, they picked the right one. Microsoft and Xbox would be the first ones that I would assume would fuck some shit up.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And so,
I agree. They are the first. They'll be the first ones to be, because you see their hands-off approach. Like, you see, what the hell's going on my mouse here? Like, you see that the way they operate is that. See, I feel that they have lost such. They act. This is the thing. I feel like they act that they're the cool dads, like they're your friends and stuff. But I think that they really have lost that connection that they used to have to knowing what the gamers want. I think that Microsoft overall that's why they're always fishing for feedback. They're so disconnected because they're trying to force the industry into their world. Microsoft has a vision of what gaming is going to be. It is the service that goes through our Azure cloud. That is what gaming is to them. And we got to convince the industry, publishers, developers, and the gamers that this is the way we're going to game from now on. And it shows even with the legacy platforms of video and music. Subscription services all are hurting. They're all losing it. Too many subscription services. Everybody is all over the place. It's funny is that, you seeing not Breaking Bad. All the Warner Brothers is pulling all the Harry Potters out of HBO Max.
Yep.
And they did a special thing about it. They're pulling it off, and they're going to put them now because probably Peacock or whatever is going to pay more money for them. So they're pulling them off of HBO, even though HBO had the partnership with Warner Brothers. They're taking them off of there and going to give them to Peacock exclusivity because Peacock paid for it. This shit's going all over the place. These subscription services, music services, Spotify losing millions and millions of subscribers because people are catching on that they're going, they got freaking credit card services now that take a look and see what you're paying for. And people are they're service fatigued. And now you're going to throw gaming into the service. People don't want to do that immediately. And the problem is that Microsoft wants to rush this. They don't want this to naturally grow. They don't want people to just sort of like slowly migrate. They have no patience. They had no patience with Zune. They had no patience with Mixer. They don't have patience. It's either it happens in a couple of years or we squash it. They did it with Windows Phone. It happens or we're done. Windows 8. No, it didn't hit. Touch screen. No, we're done. Wrap it up. Windows 10. Remember when Windows 10 was going to be the lifetime service? You'll never need a new Windows. Well, I'm on Windows 11 now. Guess what? That's not a service now. Oh, no, guess what? They're going to come out with Windows 12. You want to know why? Because people, they got to make their money. And people will buy a new version of 11 and 10 and 12. They're not going to stay on Windows 10 and just get friggin' update 5 and update 7. That doesn't sell PCs. Oh, here come the new PCs with Windows 12. Oh, wow, now I can buy a new computer. But you go, here's a new computer with Windows 10 version 6.0. It's like, who? That don't sound very appeasing. The services, look at the streaming service, look at Go Stadia. They're ready to wrap shit up.
and Google's just as wealthy as Microsoft. They're like, man, we're the fuck out of here.
Yeah, exactly. We're done. I knew that shit was gonna happen from a mile away. When people are like, well, Google's the real, Google's the real enemy. I'm like, Google my ass. Google doesn't even have a foot in the race. I mean, Google's the enemy. It's Amazon. It's not Sony. It's Google. And no, it's not. It's the content awards. Clowns. It's the content awards.
Exactly. It's the content wars. And so, I really think, and this is my opinion, Game Pass has been around for since 2017, 2016?
Yeah, 2016, yeah.
And Microsoft's always been wealthy, so it's not like they just became this.
They're not going anywhere. Microsoft's not going anywhere.
Right.
No way.
They're not going anywhere. But what I'm saying is, they have made this huge push this last year and a half of acquisitions and big mergers, 70 billion, 7 billion, and I think it's desperation time, and that's the reason why they made this.
It's been desperation time, dude. Yeah.
And same, because why weren't they buying publishers a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, right?
Yeah.
And so
because they thought it was going to happen. I got it. I got the quote. Yeah, keep talking. Sorry.
So they made these huge acquisitions. Like, oh my God, the pressure is probably on Phil, or probably on, like, I don't know if Satya or whomever else is like, hey, fuck's going on. I mean, we got murdered last generation, and I think Microsoft did a really good job of really pandering to the value, using that value proposition, even though I don't really agree that it's a value, but they've convinced enough clowns to buy into it, right? Be like, I get all these cheap ass no thrills games for $15 a month, and then you got half of them talking about, well, I got the game for free. And it's like, no, motherfucker, you paid $180 a year.
I know,
mean, like,
right?
You know what I'm saying? And so, they've really, that community has really bought in to that value proposition. And I think that's where, nothing else, because I can guarantee you, when you subscribe to Microsoft or Windows 11, that shit ain't cheap. You know what I'm saying? That shit ain't cheap at all.
No, it's
right?
not.
And so I think they just did a masterful job of really suckering, and because that's what I think it is, sucker. I have an Xbox that's sitting right here in this closet. A friend of mine gave it to me. He's like, man, I'm cool. I was like, how much you want for it? Nah, I'm good. Gave it to me. You know what I'm saying? He's getting deployed. He's like, nah, I'm good. I just want to look at the sand over in Afghanistan. I don't want nothing else to do. I said, God damn. And so you have the Series X, and I bought a bag of Doritos and got 10-day Game Pass, and I just scrolled through it. And I'm going to say the same with the Sony subscription. To me, ain't nothing on there that if I don't own it already, it's not something it's pointless to me, right?
Yeah.
So what I think that Microsoft did masterfully was just go after people's pockets, especially during the pandemic when people were getting stimulus money.
All of them, yeah.
People we were living off stimulus money. People were cooped up in the house, and I think now that some of the COVID protocols are getting laxed up, and people are outside moving the fuck around. Travel restrictions are being lifted. You see the Xbox report, even though Sony's report wasn't all that good either.
I was going to show that,
Xbox, their Game Pass subs were up. Okay, don't know.
I hit something. Sorry.
Don't know up from what.
Yeah, up from what? We have no clue. Up from what?
Right. They could have got one extra sub. Oh, we're up. You know what I'm saying?
We're up.
But their engagement and their gaming revenue from first and third party were down. So explain that to me.
Exactly.
And I'm in a company that sells massive, now I can't. Never mind. I'm in a company. I'm in the position where we see volume sales. And if my company and my board members are like, oh man, you know what? Our numbers are up. We ain't making no money. Board members are like, the fuck is going on?
I know. Like the thing is like everybody was down, and I saw even like people were saying about the Sony, like the software sales were down, the engagement was down. But you got to think that they really didn't. There was no big releases for anybody really this quarter. And again, like I feel that yet again, people are trying to run with looking for a W, and they're just gonna find L's. Like, and Sony knows, but as a game journalist or as a game whatever, God of War and Last of Us. Say what you want for $70, but those two big games are gonna be coming out, and that's gonna be a big push in the holiday. Plus, they're going to discount Horizon. They're going to discount GT7. They're going to discount Seafood. They got games that they released early in the year that they're going to discount. Sony's going to have a lineup to push hardware and software through the rest of the year. This was a low quarter for everybody. Now tell me how Xbox is going to do that for the rest of this year. With what? Scorn? With what? Game Pass? What are they going to do? They didn't even lock in a goddamn big AAA game for Game Pass. What are you going to say? Saints Row is coming out next week. It's on Game Pass. So, like, what? Out of the blue, stealth drop? Like, is that going to save Xbox? A multi-platform game in Game Pass? Like, what is Xbox going to do? And then on top of that, when is Starfield coming out? When is Redfall coming out? When is Forza coming out? You have no months, no release dates. Is Stalker 2 somewhere in there? Like, all these games are going to come out like February, March, and April. Like, woohoo! Like, you think? You think? And then what are they going to have in the second half? Oh, they're going to have Halo. What are they going to have? Fable, Perfect Dark, Everwild. They're all coming. Hellblade 2 is going to come out. Like, are they all these coming out in the second half? And it's all going to be there for $180 a year? Like, is this the dream? 2023 is finally the year that they get goddamn games that they all come out together.
3 years later, you bought a fucking console and you
I don't
waited.
understand it. I don't understand it. And then on top of that, what's crazy is that next year became your year because all the shit you were supposed to get this year got pushed to next year. Halo came out last year and you had nothing in 2020 when the game console launched because Halo got delayed. They had nothing to make up for it. Nothing. And you sat and waited. You played the medium that year. You sat and friggin' waited for Halo to come out just to be told to wait some more and beta test some shit. And who the hell knows where new first player content is? Where's the new biomes? Where's the new world? I don't know. No clue. No, Halo wasn't even goddamn mentioned at their goddamn showcase in June. They got nothing there. They flew Paris stupid ass out to go fly planes for DLC for Flight fucking Simulator. This is what they're jerking you around with. And you keep paying and paying and paying. And again, I said this on Much's podcast. They don't have a yearly discount. It's $180. Sony has a discount for their services. That's why you could fathom like, hey, $100 for I'll get some games that maybe I missed out on, or hey, whatever, like, you know, whatever I'll do, or $60 and I'll get some friggin' great games in PS Plus. But like when you look at the financials, and I have it up, and I was just trying, I have it here. Oh, finally it caught on. Jeez, I don't know what happened. I was like, something was locked, like it was shift something on my computer, and it was like acting crazy. But yeah, here it is for the financial things. So everybody seems to be really honing in on this. Total gameplay time for PlayStation users declined 15% year over year in Q1, which Q1 is not the quarter that Horizon came out in. That was Q4. This is Q1. Gameplay in the month of June improved 3% compared to with May, down 10% versus June last year. Now, is that when Ratchet came out? Was in June, right? Of last year?
Yes.
Ratchet came out in June of last year. So obviously they had a game in June last year, no game in this June. Plus, more shit's open now. You got that too. Lower engagement than were anticipated in our previous forecast. Also, too, I do think that they planned on probably having a lot more PlayStation 5s out by this year, and they didn't get that. So their stock shit sucks. Like, that's been ridiculous. The whole stock shit with the consoles, both of them sucks. I think it's fucking stupid as hell. Like, I hate it. I hate that these consoles can't just be here, be on shelves, and just play games. Like, it does suck that all this shit happened in a console release year, and all this stuff was compromised. Like, both consoles, the Xbox, and to even know, like, what it was. Because I feel that I think the wrong message here is that being excited that the Series S is the thing that's kind of keeping Microsoft afloat. I think that's not good. I don't know, because you just think you bleed green. I don't think that's something that should be really celebrated, because you spent years saying why you have the weakest console and now the strongest one's out there, and that should be the leading platform for sales on your platform. It shouldn't be like 2-1 or 3-1, making the S the budget version and having the console, the Xbox One, being kind of like, well, that's the prestige one that majority of the install base don't have. I just think that that's not great. Like,
can you put that graph back up, the VG charts?
Oh, of the services?
No, of the sales for June or something like that, real quick.
Oh, wait, this state of business thing?
No, you showed earlier about 20 minutes ago, right there.
Oh, these sales.
Yeah. Just take a look at that for a second, man. Take a look at that. So look at, what I mean? Of course, there's about, what's that? Damn near about $8,000 unit difference. Okay. But look at in the UK.
Oh,
holy
I know.
Shit.
Yeah, it's insane.
Holy shit.
Yep. And what's crazy is that the Xbox Series X and S are two different consoles. The PS5 is one console. Like, you're talking almost like a mid-gen, like you're almost talking about like a basic version and an X version. Like, they don't break that down. What is the, like, if you really want to compare, it's like, what's the X to the PS5? And I think those numbers are really damn low. Like, this is almost like what Sony did when the PS3 wasn't selling, and they were leveraging the PS2 sales and going, PlayStation sales. Same thing with the Xbox. The Xbox One released, it wasn't selling that great. They lumped it in with 360 sales, like Xbox sales. They didn't break down next gen and previous gen. And I think Microsoft's just doing that inherently, just saying S and X and just merging it all together. You're really not seeing what is, if Xbox, and this is the other thing that, this is the craziest thing. This is where the hypocrisy just goes all over the place. If the reason why Xbox One didn't sell, because now people will admit that the Xbox One was a disaster. They would never admit it 4 years ago in the Xbox One. They'll be like, just wait, it's coming. They'll be back. But now that we're out of it, now they admit that the Xbox One sucked balls. I said the earlier part was great, but people will say now it sucked balls. Now they go, oh yeah, that was shit. Just like they shit on Halo 5 to try to make Halo Infinite look better. So they'll shit on the Xbox One to make the series consoles look better. But what if the problem is that the Xbox One didn't sell because it wasn't the most powerful? Then how do you explain why the Xbox is selling so well now, in Japan too, with the weakest console? If the reason why the Xbox One failed was because it did 900p, it wasn't the most powerful. The PlayStation had that edge. If that was the reason why the Xbox One failed, according to everybody, then how the hell is Xbox staying in the game with the weakest console of the next generation? If that was the excuse that was used why the Xbox One did not sell, how do you explain that to me?
You just can't. I mean,
you can't. It makes no sense. That's what I'm saying. Like, the same people that were saying we lost this generation because we did not have the most powerful console and the X came in too late and we were doing better. So then what happened here? Now you're celebrating that the weakest console that doesn't even do 1440p is keeping Xbox in the game was a smart move. It's great. If I was an Xbox developer and I go, okay, well, I'm going to make a game, and they go, I go, so what should I prioritize for? Well, 3-1, where the Xbox Series S is the one that's like most people have. Then am I really going to go out of my way to optimize and do extra shit to see if it runs on the X? Or am I going to develop for the lowest install base, the most common game? We ran into this with the Wii. Remember, the Wii kind of held people back because everybody started making Wii games. The most popular, weakest console was the one that dominated the market. And the power of these systems, like, multi-plats, like, no, we're going to make a Wii, like the Wii version. Like, I just don't understand. If that was the reason why last generation failed for Xbox, then how the hell, when the most powerful console that's more powerful than the PS5, supposedly, is not the thing that's just outselling the PlayStation 5 1-to-1? It's not. The S is the thing that's fluffing up all these numbers. We know that. You see the breakdown in Japan and you see the breakdown in Europe. But which just doesn't get me. I don't give a shit like about the sales of this thing. All I care about, all I just find amusing is that the people who want the power are the ones that are championing the weakest console being the most sold and not the most powerful console. That's what makes no sense to me. And I know these people. I know what they want. They want it to beat Sony. I want Xbox to be serious about this shit. I think they're pussyfooting around, jerking around. I think that Activision thing was a whole stall tactic this year. Imagine in January that they said we're buying Activision and knowing that that's going to consume Xbox news for the rest of the fucking year and the games. Do you still want that news to happen? And what are they going to do? In November, they're going to be, guys, guess what? The deal's done. Yeah, the deal's done. Signed the checks. I was stood out. I was John Cusack. I signed the $70 billion check. Guess what? Call of Duty 1, 2, 3, Black Ops 1, 2, 3, Modern Warfare 1, 2, 3. They're all coming to Game Pass over the next 6 months. Woohoo!
Yep, just a pad Game Pass.
Yeah, that's it. Cash, like that's it. You wanted Black Ops 1. Well, you got it. Like
you got it.
You got it.
Woo!
Like, yee-hoo, we did it, guys. $70 billion. Now you can play the first Call of Duty 2, World War II in Game Pass. Woohoo! Like, that's what you want. That's the celebration. That's what you're waiting on. That's the news day that you're gonna be on Twitter, nipples hard, rubbing ass. Like, that's what you're waiting for. I'll tell you a little sneak peek. I had the shit in your cereal, but the Black Ops and Call of Duty games have been given away in PlayStation Plus for the last 5 years. Even Zombies is in there. Zombie Chronicles is given away in the service. Don't you remember the E3 where they had the church and all that other stuff and that bullshit and the guy playing the skin flute? They freaking announced on the goddamn thing that Black Ops 2 or Black Ops 3 was going to be in PlayStation Plus. I was like, whoa, that's huge. They're putting a Call of Duty game in PlayStation Plus? Yeah, they did. That was fucking 4 years ago with skin flutes. Hyping up Ghost of Tsushima.
What's up, Link?
Yo, what's up, man?
What's up, Jazz? What's up,
What's
Ghost?
up? You came in on the skin flutes. Oh, shit.
Yo, what y'all talking about? What's the topic? What we talking about?
We're talking about just the sales and like the financial thing. What's going on with Call of Duty, financials, PlayStation, Xbox, everybody's down. And like, everybody's going like, so yeah, so that's what we're talking about right here.
I got you.
But like, well, my whole thing on maybe you can, I don't know if you were listening, but like my thing is that if people say that the Xbox One was the weakest console, that's the reason why it didn't sell. Then why are the same people championing that the S is the thing that's keeping Xbox afloat or keeping Xbox dominant or whatever in sales this time? Like, it makes no sense. If that was the reason why the Xbox did poorly, why is the S showing, oh no, they're fine? It's because of a bunch of bullshit. I'm sure.
Yeah, I had to get out of I'm about to go ahead, Link.
No, go ahead, Ghostman. Go ahead.
I had to back out of a conversation a couple of days ago. I was in somebody's, chat or whatever, and they was like, "Man, I got a PC and I got a Series X." And I was like, "Whoa! You got a Series X, and we're talking about big boy consoles over here? Man, I'm out of here." You know, like you're over there. The PlayStation ain't got no games, and they run the worst fidelity and frames per second. My Series S, and I was like, "You got a Series S? Oh, I'm out of this conversation. I'll holler at you." Like, well, fuck out of here. You got a PC, but you ain't talking about your PC, but you talking about your Series S. I'm out of here.
Get the fuck. Those are Xbox refugees. Those are Xbox refugees that went over to PC because they know that. And that's the other issue too. Like we were talking about services earlier. The issue is that they still got dudes on PC not needing Xbox Live to play online, and never addressed it. Like releasing multiplayer games, like it is a better value to get Game Pass on PC than to buy Game Pass on Xbox, because you got to get Ultimate in order to play online games. And nobody seems to have a problem with that. But heaven for $10 on a game at $70. Ooh.
Jazz, I don't know if this is related to what we're talking about. I don't think Call of Duty is going to Game Pass day and date.
Like, you mean the new ones?
The new one, no. The old catalog, absolutely.
Yes, the old one.
Games that aren't selling anymore, but the new ones, I don't see it. It would be so dumb for them to cannibalize those millions and millions of sales that they get every year. That's just money you're just flushing down the toilet. It doesn't. That is a game that those guys will buy on that platform. They don't buy a lot of games, but they will buy Call of Duty. So it just doesn't make sense to put it day and date in that service.
You know, it doesn't make sense to I guess the people that with some common sense.
With common sense, yeah.
The common sense.
Like what me and Jez said. If anybody can fuck this up, it's going to be Xbox, Microsoft. They will find a way to put a grenade in the tailpipe. You know what I'm saying? of their own. You know what I'm saying? And they'll find a way. And the biggest way is if they put all new, Call of Duty games in Game Pass. You played yourself. I mean, but here's the thing: they're also leveraging that only about, according to the math I did earlier, only 3 million people play Call of Duty on Xbox. All right. In the big scheme of things, I mean, that's 3 million people, but that's do the math: $70. It's like 210 million. You know what I'm saying? Dollars. So
yeah.
I don't know.
See, I don't. The thing is like I think we're gonna. I do think that. Well, we're not gonna know for a couple of years because I think they're gonna commit to have a couple of Call of Duties in there, and then as they're gonna be putting those Call of Duties, like next year, we're not getting a Call of Duty. I think this is gonna be the best one. This is the swan song. This is the Halo Reach. After this one, I think it's gonna be shit's gonna hit the fan. There's gonna be a Service Warzone 2 next year that everybody's gonna get, and then the year after that, then that's where we're gonna maybe start seeing it. But like. You already waited a year for this deal to go through. Next year, there's no Call of Duty. The year after that, we're talking like post Wolverine, post like second games and third games from other Sony studios. Like, I'm just saying, like, does it still, like, is it going to be worth the wait in 32 years from now to say, yeah, that deal 3 years ago really hit, right? We're back. Like, I just think that and what's crazy is that this game, Call of Duties, were coming to Xbox anyway. The Bethesda games, they were coming to Xbox anyway.
They just want to be able to say
sense.
that they're Jez. They just want to be able to say that Microsoft took something away from Sony. They don't give a shit about playing these games.
They want to say it takes away from Sony. So, like, that brings me to this thing. Well, first off, they said 18 million sales they're forecasting for the PlayStation hardware in financial quarter. So they are hit 21.5. They want 18 million more. Is that what they're looking at? 18 million unit sales forecast for PS5 hardware in financial year 2022. Since they're seeing a recovery, they're going to have more stock. And you better bet your ass. And this is what I mean. People are so bombarded with the low quarter that they're having. Both of them have low quarters, but like I was telling the Ghost that Sony has games coming up with big holiday games coming up, the biggest one of all.
What was that quarter? What was the time period for that quarter?
This was
April to June?
April, May, and June, yes.
Okay, what did Sony really release during those time periods? Nothing. And there wasn't, also, third party didn't do much either.
Nothing. There was not. I played Stray. I haven't been playing that many games. I finished
Ghostwire Tokyo came out when?
That was like January or so, wasn't it?
Ghostwire Tokyo, let me see.
That wasn't recent. Damn. That wasn't recent.
You're talking about this quarter they were reporting on.
Ghostwire, I think, came out in March.
Was it March?
I think March, because it came alongside like Gran Turismo.
And Elden Ring came out too, so like Elden Ring is another thing.
But what I'm saying is like nobody's released a lot. There hasn't been a lot of software released, first party or third party, this past quarters. So of course revenue is going to be down as far as game sales. But March
25th it came out.
Mm-hmm.
So let me see. Game releases.
That's not even part of this physical. That's not even part of this quarterly report. So I really
it's been dry.
It's been pretty dry. I won't make a big deal about. I've been playing stuff that came out like Horizon, Gran Turismo, those games which came out early in the year. I did beat Stray. I bought that, but there hasn't been a lot of stuff that's moving the needle. right now. But now, August, September, October, November, we got a lot of stuff. In December, there's lots of games coming. So
Yeah, you got Roller Dome is coming. That's August 16th. That looks pretty
but these
damn cool.
guys are rejoicing because these numbers are down. Like these guys are sick.
Sick.
it's
Dude,
something
here
wrong.
we go. You want to talk about?
They're thirsty for games, man. Like
You see the shit
They
that
ain't
I
got no
added?
damn games.
Dude, listen to this. Ready? You saw. So like, here's the sales thing. So Tom Warren did this, right? 2.5 million consoles sold. So actually, 2.4 million PS5 sold, up 4%. PlayStation software sales down 26%. PlayStation Plus subs 43.3 million, up 2%. Monthly active users of 102 million, down 3%. Sony warns weaker PlayStation business as game sales wobble. That was his title. But he says Sony still this is Tom Warren, the Microsoft guy. Sony still expects to ship 18 million PS5 consoles this financial year and anticipates shipments improving supply chain constraints with ease, and component shortages have less impact on them. So basically, they're saying this. Now, what people took with the low software sales numbers that are down, first off, we just went over. PlayStation didn't release anything in this quarter to say software sales up, which is hilarious because nobody seems to comment when Xbox says, well, we're down because of lack of first-party and third-party sales, when they don't even release a fucking first-party game.
They ain't got no first-party games.
They don't have a first-party game that they put it in the Microsoft financials.
They're going, hey, wait, Jez, aren't they going a whole year without a first-party title?
Yeah.
So, of course, their shit's going to be down. That ain't first-party. They might be publishing it, but they ain't first-party. So...
yeah, what is it?
I don't think these guys have any kind of business acumen to even be...
I don't even know why people even make judgments on this shit. Like, I just
think
they
know what the fuck they're talking about.
Like, they know, like, the thing is like, first off, why would you as a gamer want them to even do well if they're not releasing games?
No damn games. It's crazy.
What the fuck? Why does that get your nipples hard? Why? Because you go on YouTube and make some bullshit about it and drama?
Yeah.
Why as a gamer, you want these companies to flourish when there's no games coming out? Yeah, maybe Xbox could do that because they have Office 365, but like, what kind of gaming industry are you looking at? Like, these companies should be making tons of money and growth year over year with no games. As a fucking gamer, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
You need to get your shit checked.
Real quick, I got a bunch of kids in my house and it's real quiet in this house. They probably tore up some shit. I'll be right back, guys.
All right, man. Yeah, well, I'll get you on here when just get back. Well, hey, where's their quarter? So like, yeah, this is what was their Xbox there. And I can tell you the other thing too is that where is it? We're gonna talk about Microsoft's one. Yeah, but you can't really talk about Microsoft's one because they here it is. Xbox. So now their Xbox content and services revenue decreased 6%, down 4% in constant currency. Search and news went up 18%, and Surface increased to 10%. So, and again, we don't know from what. They have no numbers. They just go percentages. So you could if you had one and now you have two, you went up 50%. Like, you know what I mean? So we have no.
And Microsoft don't give us enough information to even judge these percentages and all this other shit. We don't know.
Yeah, and also they moved Xbox to like another group or something like that. Like,
yeah, with damn Office. Didn't they move it in some group with all their other services?
Yeah, like a separate thing as well.
So they kind of hide these numbers, so we can't even. The thing about it is, you can give me percentages, but if I don't know where you started from, I can't accurately judge if this is good or bad. So they're just very deceptive about what they put out.
You could see though, and I don't think this is July. Yeah, July 26th. Yeah, but you could see that I think just in the nature of the news and everything, I do think that the cloud shit I think has died down a lot. That this whole cloud push, like Microsoft was really doing shit with the cloud, and I feel like you already see
that shit ain't taking off.
It's not taking off. Even the cloud streaming and gaming, like nobody. And I said this, I was like, it's gonna happen with with Stadia and stuff. I'm like, Stadia needs to do well in order to justify why
It's
xCloud
not.
needs to be
I read
there.
a report saying Stadia about to be shut down.
Yeah, it is.
I
And,
don't. And Google, they're known to shelve projects that
Yeah.
aren't doing well. They will do it quickly.
Oh, they
They're
will.
not gonna
Microsoft
dump.
does it
They're not
too.
gonna keep dumping money and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Microsoft
If they
does
don't
it
think it's
too.
doing good. Oh, Microsoft, absolutely. So this cloud shit is not taking off the
It's
way
not.
any of them thought it was. You
And
know
he's
what I'm
saying,
saying?
and also the whole thing with like the Xbox is the top selling thing. Like we said, it's based off of Series S, mostly carrying the Xbox sales, and it's due to stock. That S has been in stock since
Listen,
last
man.
year. It sits on shelves. It's the only thing that's there. I see it every day in Best Buy in the front.
Because
It's
people
there.
don't know. They don't know what the fuck they're getting, man.
No, there's like, oh, that's a new. And guess what? It's the only console. There was never a liquidation of the previous consoles. The PS4 never had its fade out moment. The Xbox One and X got cut off, like nuded. They never had the traditional type of, hey, let's get that $99 console from last gen.
Right.
The only console on store shelves is the S and the friggin' Switch. That's it. Those
But
are
you
the
know
only
what
two
though?
consoles.
PlayStation is starting to ramp up because I'll be on Twitter and people will be dropping links about PlayStation Direct having these PlayStation in stock. So I was able to get me a second one.
Yep.
Where it took me almost a year because I'm not paying a scalper. I'm not paying above retail unless it's a bundle that comes with like one game.
Yeah, I got another one.
I mean, it was a bundle that came with Horizon. I'm like, okay, I'll buy a console with a game. I already had the game, but like that's okay. I'll do that, but I'm not spending $700, $800, $900. I'm not doing that. So
yeah,
because I most of the shit in that bundle I already have or I don't need it. So I just wanted to just wait until I could just get just the console. You know what I'm saying? But it's becoming more readily available. I could have got another one the other day. I was in the store, just somebody posted a link, and I was like, "Yeah, it was in stock." So I could have got another one, but I just don't need another one. But Sony says that they're not going to be facing the same supply constraints that they were last year with this forecast.
And they're going to ramp up when they got these games coming out, like and like I said, like if they're in a rut now, like if the gaming industry is like in a low now. And even Microsoft predicted it. I think Amy Hood was like, yeah, we're going to be down this year. Like the first quarter was high, probably rolling off the big sales increase that Microsoft threw, like a bunch of consoles in the market. And then she's like, it's going to drop. And then it did drop. But like the thing is, for the rest of the year, this is what people making judgments like our good friend Destin Laguirre here going,
oh, that dude.
Well, we didn't expect such a decrease.
Where's Frogs when you need him?
Oh, I know. I was waiting for Frogs for this, but he's not coming, so I'm just going to finish it off.
Okay.
Because I'm the one that made the tweet about it. Did not expect to see such a decrease in software sales, but selfishly, I hope this means more day-and-date PC and PS5 releases.
No, it doesn't.
What?
Listen. These dudes just want PlayStation to do it. Everything that Xbox does, they can be validated.
There it is. Yeah. There's nice clown music from. Like, this is the thing. Like, what the hell does that mean? Like, I hope this day and date PC. What?
If we've known anything, multi-platform strategies don't necessarily translate into more sales.
What I'm saying is that you know what is coming for Sony. Software sales. Like, how can you build this house right now in this shit, knowing the games that are going to be coming out, they're going to improve this threefold. You're not going to be talking about software sales when God of War and Last of Us Part 1 come out. Trust me. PlayStation sales will be percentage in fucking infinity coming out. Now, if you would say Xbox is down, how can you be like, well, Xbox is still doing great, thanks, Phil, when you got nothing to boost them back up for the rest of this year? You got, like, Xbox has nothing in its wheelhouse to fix the down point of now. Sony at least has 2 big games coming out later this year, and a VR to stack on top of that, probably to hype up for the holidays. But they could even leverage the games they just released. That Microsoft didn't even release games in January and February. Sony now could take those games and put them on sale to drive even more sales of software. And also, you want to talk about PC? Spider-Man is going to release on fucking PC and probably blow the roof off of Steam sales. So what the fuck are you talking about?
Why would they compromise
and day
their
and date
development?
nonetheless? Where does that pull out your ass?
Their studios specialize in developing on the console, and then they port the game later. And most of the time, these ports don't even come from the studio that makes the games. So they have a strategy that they like right now. Putting stuff day and date on PC does not automatically mean more sales.
Look at Halo.
It just doesn't.
Look at Halo Infinite.
Jez, look at the sales of these games on PC. God of War didn't even sell 1 million copies. It sold like 900,000. But one of the greatest games of all time. PC players are not buying these games like they think they are.
But you see, the thing is that when the day and date makes no sense for Sony, because if they put these games on day and date, they cannot do like, and I'm going to go to his video where he's like, Microsoft making money is good. Holding is good. So when Sony's making money, that's bad. That's bad. Sony's able to make Spider-Man, a game from 2018, be $60 now on PC and have it sell like crazy. If they launched that day and date at $60 in 2018 on PC and console, they wouldn't have you couldn't even put that game at $60 right now. It will be Steam summer sale for $4.99 right now.
Right.
There's no way for Sony to do what they're doing right now. They ported over a PlayStation game for minor costs. Not even their studio is doing it. Then to put it at $60 on PC now, a 4-year-old game at $60.
And also,
they're making money. How's that bad?
Game development. I'm listening to the developers, and time again, developers say developing game for less platforms is much easier. They're able to get more out of the hardware when they're able to develop for one, or in PlayStation case, 2 platforms, PS4, PS5, with some of this cross-gen stuff. But trying to do that shit for all those, you don't get games like God of War or The Last of Us that quality when you're making it for every fucking imaginable graphics card, CPU configuration on PC. You just aren't going to be able to do it. You have to cater to the lowest common denominator, and then you'll scale from there. But you won't get what you're getting with games like Forbidden West and stuff like that. You just aren't going to be able to get it. Yeah. Sacrifices will have to be made when you're having to develop for them. You see what they said with Halo? Bungie developers said, hey, we weren't even able to test this fucking game on all these PC configurations.
Exactly.
We need your help.
Exactly. So, and that's the whole reason why the day and date, it's just not something that people will want, because it dilutes the game. We've seen this with Halo. Right. They said, we're not testing this stuff. Why? And I said, why are you beta testing a co-op multiplayer ever for like beta? Why would you beta test co-op in Halo? We never beta tested it before. Why is it here? Oh, because of all the PCs and all the configurations. Oh, they got a tether. Oh, there's no drop in and drop out. They're just hoping it works. That is the problem when you have to deal with all this stuff on the same day. Sony is maximizing the potential on PlayStation, and a few years later, they put it on PC. More people get to play it, and Sony gets to charge more money and optimize it for PC. Where is this whole day and date bullshit coming from? It's not successful with Xbox. It has not proved itself to be successful. They could come on and say 20 million people play the game, but how many people are sticking around? Just look at Halo numbers. They're lower than people watching paint dry on fucking Twitch. Like, it's not, the engagement numbers are not yielding sales. Microsoft has not even said how Halo has done at all. It's been coming up to a year now, and Halo numbers have not even been shared as to what it's sold or what it's doing on Steam. Nothing. They're forgetting about it. They didn't even talk about it at the thing. So this day and dates thing, it's selfishness, right? So then Salty then comes through and is like, hey, dude, like, what is with everybody begging for this Sony day and date? Misery loves company. Like what you're saying, like, the same thing. It's like, what is the day? What is Xbox doing that is so amazing that Sony needs to do it day and date? So you could play Sony games on your PC day and date and not have to play them on PlayStation? But then you say you're neutral. You play on everything. Well, then obviously you have a preference. So what is it? Is it the preference? Or is it you want to play on everything? So you don't like the DualSense, you don't like the features, you don't like the capabilities of the PlayStation 5, you rather play them on PC. And what? Tweet about how it's not optimized, tweet about how I can't put on ray tracing, where's my update, where's my widescreen support? Is that why you want it on PC? PC has its own set of expectations and problems, and I always felt that you deal with, if you go to a restaurant, if I go to Gordon Ramsay restaurant, am I going to want, we're serving secondhand Gordon Ramsay steaks. These are coming frozen from here and you're going in the restaurant. There's a reason why you go into the main restaurant. That's to get the real steak, the OG, the first party Gordon Ramsay steak.
You know, and when you go to a restaurant, right, they're going to have a menu with all kinds of items, right? When you look at the menu, there's going to be select items that may have a little star or something next to it because they specialize in certain things. So specialty is a thing. So PlayStation developers specialize in making games for that particular piece of hardware. And I think when you ask these developers to be a jack of all trades and make games for every fucking PC configuration, it's just a recipe for the quality to suffer.
Yeah, I think so. Like until somebody proves like, this could work. Like we've seen third party do it, but first party, you're taking.
But the third party, but look at third party and then look at Sony.
I know they make compromises to put it on everything. Yeah.
I mean, there are some third party developers like Rockstar and stuff like that make exceptional games.
But Rockstar still don't put their games on PC day one.
No,
they
they
them on the
don't.
consoles.
They do console first because they know it just doesn't make what Microsoft. The reason why Microsoft is doing things the way they're doing is because the quality doesn't matter. They're concerned of it's putting the shit out and it's going to be in the service.
It's quantity. It's quantity. It's not about the quality. They feel by if we're giving you this game for $15 a month, you will be able to tolerate it more because you didn't pay full price for it and give us time to fix the game. That's basically the model that they're choosing.
Yeah.
And if you want all gaming to turn into like we promise you this stuff, just look at Halo. Season 3, it's going to be here. Everybody thought they would be playing co-op in March because the seasons were 3 months. Well, guess what? After you bought the game, if you paid $60 for it, the seasons are 6 months now. But now it's going to come over the course of season 2, which is another 6 months. But you're also going to beta test it for a few months.
Where's the ray tracing? Where's the fucking ray tracing? They promised a year after launch. They promised it a year after launch.
I don't know.
I guarantee we don't get it.
Where's ray tracing? Where's ray tracing? Where they two maps?
Where's the first? Do they have a single first party game that's got ray tracing?
Forza. That's it. And photo.
No,
mode.
but that's not in gameplay. I'm talking about a game.
It's only going to be Forza Motorsport will probably be the first one that has it.
Will it though? But But they even said it's going to be a lower. If we get it, it's going to be a lower quality.
Dude, that's one game in 3 years. That's
in a racing game. We already know.
And
racing games are games that don't require. Racing games don't necessarily push the limits of what the console.
And who was the company promoting ray tracing in the most powerful machine?
Microsoft.
First, and wouldn't shut up about ray tracing. To think and even showed Minecraft having ray tracing. And what did that turn into? 3 years later, maybe Forza Motorsport has it in game. You still never saw gameplay for Motorsport. It was in engine. They're even playing smoke and mirrors with all their goddamn games. They have yet to just show true goddamn gameplay of something running on the most powerful machine that they have. But it still gets worse. And this is the thing. I'm going to say here, I don't think Sony's never going to put games day and date. There will be some games they probably will put day and date on PC, but that's the point about it. Sony is able to determine what games belong in what service. Like Stray, put that in a service. Destruction is a service game. Like God of War, hell no. That's go to the movie theater for that one. Sony is able to flex the game in its best position for where it should be. If they want a multiplayer game to have a big install base, maybe they do put it on PC and console day one. I'm not saying that the game's going to be trash because of that. What I'm saying is when you commit every single game, you're trying to put round pegs in square holes and saying it's going to fit, it's going to fit, it's going to fit. The problem is that not every game is made to be touchscreen. They were talking about how they're going to put they were gonna put like what is it, Minecraft or some game they were gonna put, now touchscreen. Who the hell wants to play Gears with a touchscreen on a phone over the streaming over the internet? Who's wasting time on that? Oh, options. My ass options. That's a waste of time.
Right.
That is resources being used of like, hey, maybe you could put a couple more maps in the game. Like, maybe you can make the. That's what you can do. Don't worry about putting overlays on touch screens to stream. And this is the problem that they have. But Sony doesn't need to. Sony is able to function and release VR, some games in VR. Why can Sony? I don't want the service to determine the game. I want the game to determine where it would be in what service and in what launch it should be. If the game is built as a $70 blockbuster hit game you go to the movies for, you go to the movies and watch it. If the game is billed as an indie passion project, we want more people to play this game, we're going to put it in PlayStation Plus, put it in PlayStation Plus. But don't tell me every game we're ever going to make from now until the world ends of Xbox is going to fit Game Pass, the subscription model. That means that everything you're going to make is going to be made for the service. The service is going to determine the game that you make, the AAA, the passion project, the AA, the passion project, the game that's missing features and content that will come over time. We got 3 missions, we're coming over. You see it in their game design. Their games are being structured. That could be possibly why they're delayed. They're being manipulated and structured to launch in a service because that's Microsoft's balls deep full commitment to make everything fit in Game Pass. And guess what? If it doesn't, we're going to buy you. And they're going to own your publishing ass and force your ass to Game Pass. Because guess what? You're not naturally coming to my shop, so I'm going to buy you out, and now you're part of me. That's what they're doing. And it's just, it's disruptive, and I don't think it's the right thing. Like, I don't think everything belongs in a service. The service is a good accessory to gaming. It's just like how VR is an accessory to gaming. Services. Why does everything have to be Game Pass? And you know what? This is a perfect cue for what everybody wants. Hit that goddamn like button, everybody. You know what's coming. Everything has to be there because it's all in Game Pass.
Oh, and second on 2.
Like, love the song.
12 minutes and 80s. And we're all on Game Pass. Like a requiem. What you play first and what you play last. Scratch to ground, true and true. Cause they're all on Game Pass. Among the Seas and more.
Oh, Game Pass. Boycott Games says, where is Sony's ray tracing in their games? Hypocrisy at its finest. Dude, the Ratchet and Clank, Spider-Man, Miles Morales. Were you under a rock? Ratchet and Clank had ray tracing in it. Miles Morales had ray tracing in it. Performance ray tracing, nonetheless. They both had it. And Spider-Man Remastered has it. And Gran Turismo has it. I don't know if you're joking, but yeah. Gran Turismo has it in the replays. But if you want in-game play, Ratchet and the Spider-Mans have it. So, hope you do your research. I think it's a joke. That'll make you laugh. So now, this is the tweet that, and again, I'm not going to belabor this too much because I said what I said and I just leave it. And I just like watching people just flutter around because they can't come up straight with their shit. So, Destin replies, he goes, I want more. Here comes the altruism, right? I just want more people to play video games that devs pour their hearts and souls and years of their lives into just to bring a bit more joy into this world. The funny thing is, Sony has outlined the same desire. The only people who don't want this are toxic fanboys. Like, so he wants these games day and date on PC because the sweat and tears and hearts and souls of the game should be experienced. Like, I don't know how that changes if a game is put on PC at a later time. They still get to experience the game that the devs made. I don't know what this day and date and hearts and souls of devs. But I recalled when Bethesda was rolling around, all it was gotta be exclusive. You gotta be exclusive. And hey, don't let me say it. All I said was, you did a whole video, and this is not one. He did a whole bunch on why Xbox should take once multi-platform games and make them exclusive, limiting the audience, pull them off of PlayStation. And I was like, where was the whole I want more people to play these games and their lives, the devs are like all this altruism and kumbaya. And this is what he was saying. Like, look at his set and look what he said.
Yes, Bethesda games should be Xbox exclusive, period. And I'm going to talk about why.
And all I did was hit play on his video. This is not edited. He runs around saying he was attacked. Right. This is edited. I just hit play.
I'm tired of this even being a debate because, frankly, I think it's a little insane to think any company would spend $7.5 billion and still want their games to go on other platforms. But Destin, they're going to lose so much money if those games don't go on the PS5. Okay, no. Let's talk about this interview Kotaku did with Phil Spencer a long time ago, outselling Elder Scrolls 6 on PlayStation consoles. Spencer flat out said, yes, there's nothing beneficial to Xbox releasing games on the PlayStation platform. So regardless of what Phil says, I realize there's some ambiguity there. I do not think Fallout, I do not think Elder Scrolls will be launching on the PlayStation console. Why? Basically, it's going to drive people to the Xbox ecosystem and the Xbox family of devices. And that is a good goal because Xbox will make more money in the long run. It's the whole question of, would you have like $100 today or would you like $1,000 in 5 days?
And he goes on with this stuff. But all I was just saying was like, you want these games everywhere. But when Bethesda, and he has like 6-7 videos about this stuff. We know, like Xbox, like we know exclusives matter. But don't come in here and be like PlayStation needs to put their games on. They are putting their games on PC. They are. But I just don't understand where the whole like the heart and sweat of these devs are not experienced and all this like kumbaya stuff. But then you are all pushing for Bethesda games. And then he says, I left out a part where he says that Sony could get the games. He says, this is the part that I left out. Does this make any sense?
So unless Game Pass is going to land on PlayStation, and maybe they make that deal work. That is one way that I could imagine PlayStation having a big win for their community. If Game Pass came to the PlayStation console, that would be huge for PlayStation fans because they could just play everything, right?
What? I'm like, that does. And actually, what he did was he created a whole other argument about people going, what do you mean Game Pass on PlayStation? That's a win. How is that even related to what I was speaking about and saying that you are taking multi-platform games? Because then he goes in this last one, listen to the games. Like, this is what he does here. Like, I just don't get it, dude. Oh, what's going on?
Xbox 16, Forspoken, God of War, Gran Fantasy 7, Final
And this is the other. This is I didn't even comment on this thing, but one of the other things is that he lists this stuff as like Sony's getting this, and this. Sony's making this stuff.
Constantly hammered about is its line of exclusives. Sony fans get Last of Us, Demon's Souls, Horizon, Ghost of Tsushima, Spider-Man, Ratchet & Clank, Final Fantasy 7, Final Fantasy 16, Forspoken, God of War, Gran Turismo, Sackboy, right? A pretty robust list of games. Xbox would have been quite short. It used to be Gears, Halo, Hellblade, Fable, Perfect Dark, Outer Worlds, Microsoft Flight Simulator, Forza, but now it's also Elder Scrolls, Skyrim,
Multiplat.
Fallout,
Multiplat.
Starfield, Doom, Wolfenstein, Dishonored, whatever Arcane's working on, and all those other games.
Dude. But so those games I got to play on PlayStation through Game Pass, and that's because Microsoft gets money. Then that means we all get to play these games. You're taking franchises like Elden Scrolls, you're taking franchises like Elder Scrolls, and taking this stuff and putting it only on Xbox through Game Pass. You're putting it behind the paywall of a subscription. You're putting it on possibly streaming it on PlayStation. Is that even equivalent?
Wait. You talking about Game Pass on PlayStation?
Well, he said that the thing that I took out, which I didn't even take it out, I just had play on the video. He says what I took out was his way of saying that everybody gets to play the game is that the way PlayStation fans could experience Bethesda games now is through Game Pass on PlayStation. That's the retort. That's the whole, well, I care about people playing games, so like they could. I'm like, that makes no goddamn sense. That's the way that we should play games now, because Microsoft bought Bethesda, took games like Fallout and Elden Scrolls, which were multi-platform games that were on everything prior to this, but now because Microsoft bought them, because you feel that they spent $7 billion, they have to be exclusive, but you guys get to play them through Game Pass if Sony allows it on PC. What the what? Like, that's some friggin' reaching right there. Like, all I was saying was that where was the same energy and the whole everybody should play our games when everybody was celebrating that Starfield should be exclusive? That's the whole point. The whole point is like, do you want exclusivity or do you not? And everybody bounces back and forth. I agree. Exclusives matter. Make it exclusive. Make me come to that platform. Make the best game so I need to buy it. Do it. The problem is they haven't. And they're not doing a good job at marketing their games. But do it. But don't come in here and go, Sony has to do day and date on PC because devs need their heart and soul in the games and more people to play. And
What
Sony
is he
didn't.
talking about?
I have no goddamn clue.
If we know any, I mean, God. Exclusive. I mean, multi-platform does not always translate into more sales. I know. At this point, it should be common sense. And also, as far as Game Pass on PlayStation, the only way to get the full library of Game Pass games on PlayStation is for it to be streaming.
Yeah.
How can they charge the same price if they only have a handful of games Microsoft produced on the console natively? It would have to be streaming. So why the fuck would somebody stream a game on a console?
Because that's the way for them to experience the hearts and dreams of the devs. When Microsoft just pulled the game from PlayStation anyway because they own the publisher. He was saying that the way that more people play is through Game Pass if Sony allows on. I'm like, that makes no goddamn sense. Because Microsoft makes money, that's why it's a good deal. Like, we know you like Xbox. Stop being a neutral. Like, it's fine. Exclusives matter. Yes. But don't be like, well, everybody wants to be, they don't like Sony exclusivity. That's the thing. They don't like Sony, and nobody even talks about Nintendo and exclusivity and what exclusivity has done for Nintendo. But nobody talks about exclusivity. They just don't like Sony exclusivity because Microsoft has diluted their games and put them on multiple platforms and multiple venues. And people still to this day, as much as they'll give you that fake smile, they don't like it. And it's showing that the quality of the games have diminished going across all these different platforms. That's the thing. They have shown this. Until they prove that this could work, which they have not shown yet, I don't think that this should be the most popular thing. So
it's these guys, their minds are so warped when it comes to this damn Game Pass shit that they don't even think logically anymore. The stuff, he's not thinking logically when he's speaking. It's all in the benefit of this service and Microsoft.
Yeah. Sorry, my mic popped out again. The hell. But yeah, like I just don't understand the logic of this day and date stuff. And I said Sony will do it, but like it's just this every opportunity when a game goes to PC, we have this conversation, the same check marks come out, and I'll go and like I just wanted to play all the Sony games on my PC, and it's just like, the thing. What's incredible is that I think that whole idea of like playing a game on console and then maybe playing it on the Steam Deck and then maybe jumping on my PC and playing it and playing the game, that's a great idea, right? But you know what the one thing is? I have to want to play that great game. And that's the problem that nobody wants to bring up. What is that game for Xbox? What is going to be that game for Xbox? Xbox does not have that game that I want to play 24 hours, no matter where I am. I want to jump on my PC, a must-play game. That is your problem. The concept is very good, but Microsoft has yet to give you the product of a must-play game that you want to play it wherever you're sitting. That's the issue that I've been saying the whole time. It's about the games. And if you don't believe me,
games to our platform, because in the end I think the gamers play the games.
Of course they do.
They don't play the studios.
That
they
is
don't
true.
play the resolution numbers, right? They play the games, and we want to make sure the best games are there.
But if you're
there it is. Phil Spencer said it. It's about the games. You don't play resolutions. You don't play studios. You don't play where, like, I could stream it. I could sit here and play it. I could do this. You don't play that stuff. You play the games. If you're going to want to play you need a desirable game to play. God of War is going to be a must-play game. Guess what? It will be nice to play God of War in front of my TV and then maybe jump over here and jump over there because I want to play the game. I want to live and breathe it because I'm excited to play it. How can you promote Xbox when they don't have those games yet? And they haven't shown a game like that yet. That's the issue. So my thing is like this whole I don't deal with Twitter stuff. Like I just watch it. I made one tweet and that was about it. They go squirming around and trying to fix themselves because they said things and they were manipulated. Nobody was manipulated. All I did was hit play.
Who was manipulated?
He was saying that I edited out stuff. Like I do like Premiere Elements and like fucking green screen my ass in there.
There's no one manipulated.
Dude, I hit play. All right. And I'd even, because I don't even care about you, I could have went into all the videos. You just search for friggin' Bethesda and anybody, Xbox, and go look. It was all about exclusivity, dude. It was all about exclusivity. It was all about lock it down. Bethesda games, lock them down, Phil. Lock them down. Sony gets all these games. Lock them down, Phil. The Kumbaya and exclusives don't matter was all out the window.
Did he say something like PlayStation being successful is bad for the industry and stuff?
Yes.
I mean, this guy is.
I don't care less. I don't want to waste my time. I just did one tweet and watched them squirm all over the internet and complain and get the check marks to back them up and all stuff. I'm not even giving them the time or the day about this thing. I just brought it up because it was a tweet that I made, and it was just showing just like the whole like. I don't understand how you could be like, I want more people to play these games, but then want to pull games off multi-platform games off of PlayStation.
Right.
These are not even Xbox games that, it's not even Xbox games that people, you're like, Elden Ring, Wolfenstein, Elder Scrolls, Fallout, Doom. Dude, those are all freaking multi-platform games. Lock them down. They're going to be all in the service, and you get to play them if we put Game Pass on PlayStation. But PlayStation doesn't want to do it, so guess what? You're shit out of luck.
Why would you want your competitor's service on your platform?
And nonetheless, streaming those games in whatever bullshit quality you're going to do. That's the thing? It makes no sense. No sense.
It don't make no damn sense.
It doesn't make any sense.
He knows it doesn't make sense.
He did. That's why I did not even comment. I was just like, and then I just watched the squirming and just like, just going around and just like, they're editing my videos and like, whatever.
Somebody edited it.
Editing his video. Yeah, I spent time in goddamn
Editing.
Premiere. Dude, I went play on your god. And he's like, and it's from a year ago. It's like, yeah, it's from a year ago because that's the last time people were talking about fucking Starfield. Nobody's talking about Starfield now. It's not like you made a video last week about Starfield. Nobody's talking about Starfield right now. But when it wasn't exclusive, all the people that were roasting, I remember Phil Spencer going about exclusives don't matter. They're counter to the industry. That was before buying Bethesda and goddamn Call of Duty and Activision. Phil was like, exclusives don't move the industry forward, and a consumer or exclusives. But then all of a sudden, when they locked down Bethesda, everybody wanted Starfield to be exclusive. And on top of that, Elder Scrolls 6 exclusive. That is a multi-platform franchise. Then now you're putting exclusively on Xbox. Where's the hate for that? Nobody wants to say anything. But God of War is exclusive on PlayStation. You can't put it on PC. Boo, Sony. Dude, suck it up. Like, that's the thing. Sony's doing a different game than Microsoft, all right? And you want to know what? All you guys are celebrating at the finish line. Meanwhile, the race hasn't even fucking started yet because Microsoft has yet to release any of these games from these studios that they purchased. How's Hellblade 2 coming? Anybody? Where's your video on Hellblade 2? Where's your video on, hey, Everwild doing anything? Perfect Dark. How's the Perfect Help coming? How's Bootleg Avengers? Does she have mutton chops yet? Joanna Dark.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on with Fable? Hey, how's that? They announced it 2 years ago. How's that coming? What the hell's Compulsion Games working on? They were indie studio, AA. They released We Happy Few in 2018. Haven't heard from them since. What about Contraband? That was a title screen last year. No updates this year. And we saw Redfall, a 3-minute CGI video that had nothing to do looking like the game that showed. And you got to see 3 minutes. Where are those videos? If these games mean so much to bring Xbox back on the map, you should be asking, where are they? You had a showcase in June after Microsoft not saying shit. That was their E3, and they did not deliver. And we know they didn't deliver.
No, they didn't.
But everybody's right back to going, Sony's struggling, Sony's in trouble. Dude, Sony's fine. And you want to know
They're
what?
not in trouble.
One last point I'm going to make here. You want games day and date on PC. Sony
Why
puts
do they want it?
Wait a second, Link. They're the same ones that were begging for Sony to do a Game Pass subscription service. And I tell you what, 1 month in, PS Plus just made Game Pass look like a little bitch. Game Pass is fucking, it looks like it's in its infancy. In 1 month, what Sony has put into their PlayStation Plus base service and Premier service, their classic games are lacking. But for what they put already in the service, Xbox Game Pass looks novel. Xbox Game Pass looks like an indie box. Power Wash Simulator and trash ass stuff. Sony already, in 1 month that you begged for Sony to do Game Pass, Sony flipped the switch and said, checkmate, bitch. And now 1 month in, they are dropping, you see it. The games that they're putting in their service are light years. The hype for Ubisoft games in Game Pass. Oh, we're going to get Ubisoft games day and date in Game Pass. Sony lined all up the Assassin's Creeds. They're all there. It's all in PlayStation Plus. Where's my song? You begged for Sony to do a service. They did it. And I wouldn't say it's not, oh, it doesn't have day and date. Does it need it? Where's your day and dates? First party. Where are those? You knock on my door, knock on the Grindhouse when they show up. I'll see you next year. Sony did it, and they did it better. Just 1 month in already. Now, does that sustain? I don't know. But it doesn't make Xbox Game Pass look any better now that Sony did it. So be careful what you wish for. I mean, now you're like, oh, Sony has to do day and date. Because guess what? If Sony could keep the same quality and do day and date on PC, I don't give a shit. But guess what? It doesn't make Xbox any better. It just shows that the PlayStation games are better than Xbox games until Xbox makes better games.
Right.
That's the answer. Xbox has to make better quality games. There's no jumping through hoops. There's no way around it. They got to make high quality games and desirable games that people want to play. There's no missteps. There's no we got 1440p natives and VRRs and all those others. There's no way around it. There's no gimmick. There's one way. Make great games that people want to play, and I will play them. But that's the only thing that puts Xbox and Game Pass on the map. But you wanted Game Pass competitor, well, whatever PlayStation Plus is, it's looking damn competitive. There we go. It looks damn competitive right now. So be careful what you wish for, because those things, just because you could justify, Sony, you just want that one tweet to be like, Sony did what Microsoft did. Woohoo! You said it was never going to happen. That's all they want. That self-righteousness, like, woohoo! You said it was never going to happen. It happened. Okay, get your 50 likes, your 100 likes. Go get some lotion and fucking tissues. Good job. All right. So what are you going to go play now? Oh, nothing. We got to wait till a couple more years, Phil said. Okay, well.
What games do they get? I mean,
they don't.
I don't understand.
They don't get anything. Nothing gets better for them if Sony goes day and date. Nothing gets better for them if Sony has a Game Pass competitor. It actually shows the weaknesses. You're probably better off being the only show in town, because if a show comes out better than yours, it's going to show the weaknesses of your service. And guess what? Sony putting in Death Stranding, Returnal, all those games getting put into Game Pass, it's showing that Sony is leveraging its first party that's been releasing when Microsoft had nothing. And Microsoft had to leverage old-ass 360 games because they had nothing. And now they can't even leverage that shit because they maxed that out. So now there's this black hole. They can't offer anything new. So you're waiting for the new shit because you already played the old shit. And now you're sitting here with Game Pass. That's it. And Sony now is leveraging all those games that they released. Ghost of Tsushima, Death Stranding, Last of Us Part 1, Last of Us, all these games that they've been releasing. Returnal, Demon Souls. All these games now they're leveraging in their service. And then they're putting some on PC. They're leveraging all the games they made while they're making new ones for us to play. We're having our cake and eat it too. That's the whole point. Why can't Xbox do that same thing? They got tons of money. Sony's poor. Sony's broke. Sony got no money. Sony can't afford shit. How are they doing this? Rich-ass Microsoft can't do this? They spent $70 billion to put a game on a service that you were getting anyway. How exciting is that to know that the company spent $70 billion to give you Call of Duty? You were getting that shit anyway. Starfield was coming to Xbox regardless of Microsoft bought Bethesda or not.
They just took it off of PlayStation. That's all they did.
They were coming to your platform anyway. You didn't gain anything. All you did was gain some internet check marks. And that's it.
But that's all they care about, is taking stuff away from PlayStation.
And getting the cloud on the internet or on their channel. That's it. That's all they care about.
And being able to play the shit in the service without having to buy it. They do care about that.
Yeah. And they're saying, like, Sony players don't buy their games. Like, what are you talking about? Oh, because software sales were down. It's like, there was nothing to buy. See, Sony is actually, it makes sense. If there's nothing to buy, the sales go down. Xbox, for some reason, the sales go up when there's nothing to buy. It makes no fucking sense to me. What are you doing? Stacking Xboxes on top of each other to take a picture in front of them and tweet at Phil Spencer? Look, Phil, I bought 3 Xbox Ones. Woohoo, I'm the most diehard fan. Send me to FanFest next year so I could drink your juice. But anyway, yo, Link, thank you again for coming on. This has been a great show, everybody. Hit that like button, share it out. Frogs, I don't know where you are. Hope you didn't get OD on Phil Ness. But thank you again. Sorry for the hitting the wire here. I got to fix this microphone. It's loose. But everybody, hit that like button, share it out. Thank you again for the new subs. Thank you again for the super chats. And we'll be back at the Gaming Grindhouse. Talk to you guys later. See ya.